and unmute those couple of things so everybody can be heard. And we have 2 viewers, but are the 2 viewers that we have players?
Not this week.
Okay. Well, greetings, viewers. We're back. We're only running. I'm only. Well, it's a quarter after. Which even when I sit down at my desk on time, it's sometimes 10 after, better before we actually get stream going sometimes. But.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm still dealing with my water issues and stuff out here, so that's been fun. But, okay.
I was just checking something that my daughter had done. I'm just starting a new vampire campaign, and for some of the NPCs where I put up background, the sort of thing that the players would know, because you know they're the first sort of people they'll be introduced to in game and seen them before and heard things. I asked my daughter to do some quotes for one of the characters, and for one of the female characters, she uses the quote, "Art should be pretentious. It's only in our relationships that we have to be genuine." For whoever was saying Tesla sounded a bit pretentious. So, as at least one person would not condemn him for being pretentious, nor would she condemn Oscar Wilde. I don't think she's ever read anything of Oscar Wilde in her life, but...
Let's see... Sorry, I am still finishing getting some stuff loaded here, so I'm ready. It can actually be set, but... So, going from the list in Discord here, Stringer, where were you when we ended last?
Well,
I would say for posterity, but no, for for me and for anybody that is watching, which we're back down to one viewer, so that probably is a player. Oh well, that's okay. It's recorded.
No, I was having to wait for that 7,000 Eddie payment. It was pending.
Right.
It was
yes.
Really pending something going on at boardroom levels at Channel 23, and I was just sitting down with a very good bottle of wine, and I was doing a bit more editing.
That's right. That's right.
I think I was going to put together the thing I was doing on the by bringing back the footage that I did on the nightclub attack, and the stuff that I had back then where we thought it was triads. Now that we know it is, and I'm going to re-edit that and have it ready to reissue with the information that we stole, confirming the triad involvement with Robert Roberts. And then, because I'm having some trouble with the networks, and I've now got the funds, for 5,000 new yen a month, I can rent my own satellite station that can be picked up, well, probably worldwide, but definitely in Night City. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be doing re-edits of stuff that I've already sold to people. That's enough to make it different enough so that I'm not going to have copyright issues.
Right.
But
because you already sold the other stories.
Yeah, but everything to do with the Robert Roberts thing. You know, I'll add some of the stuff that I took out before, that I might have taken out before. Now that I've got the information that can confirm it, rather than things that were just suspected, I'm going to start putting those together. And then with stuff that I've got, you know, that I've previously put on bulletin boards and what have you, which would be like the unedited version of stuff that was edited down for those live crime shows and other stuff that I've been sending out to the smaller channels for free. And basically, I'm going to put these all together so that they will be constantly broadcast over this satellite link. Then, once that actually gets going, I want to call the gang leaders that I know and let them know about the channel, which will be Blitz, because I'm Blitz Media. And try and get as many people as I can watching. And well, beyond that, I'm going to hope to get other stuff from other medias out there who, have been picking up stuff for, because of the war that's starting, and may also have picked up stuff to do with Robert Roberts and what have you. So they can't get aired, and I'll start airing that for them.
Okay.
And if I have
Well,
to,
you are busy.
Yeah. And if I have to, I will pay something for it.
Well,
but, the reason why it's called Blitz Media is back when I was doing the character under the you had the person someone else who was a media, the one that you admired. I chose Ed Morrow, who was the American journalist who broadcast from London during the Blitz, which is why I'm Blitz Media.
I like it.
But I also like him because he was the one who was basically sending out stuff that was supporting Britain at the time, when the American ambassador, who was Joseph Kennedy, the father of JFK, was actually a Nazi supporter, and everything he was sending back was basically blaming everything on the British Empire.
It was everything, yeah.
Yeah, so Ed Morrow was the person who was essentially countering this when it was going out on, well, in those days it wasn't TV, it was going out on the Pathé News reels.
Yeah, it was a much easier time to use propaganda. Well, it's different. It was a different time. It was harder to get real news. If somebody that was had sufficient credibility and so on was given the wrong, was putting out the wrong information through their own fault on purpose or because they were given bad info, that was it. There wasn't really any other option, hardly.
Yeah.
But
if it wasn't for the Wall Street crash, then that guy whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, Hearst, that's it. William Randolph Hearst. He actually had to borrow to expand his news network in the 20s. And he was up to 93% of American media.
Jeez.
And if it wasn't for the crash, he wouldn't have had to sell stuff off to cover his debts. By 1935, he could have been damn close to owning it all.
That would have
Can
been
you imagine
interesting.
one man
That would have been
control?
interesting. Everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we know, book prices are not necessarily what the in-game prices are at this point. So I got a couple things for you to respond for what you want to do. I've got a die roll for the cost of the satellite rental, which I'm going to do that here in a second. You also you'll either consider that you're going to send the data, the stream to the satellite to be broadcast. So you can probably do that from the equipment you have at your condo, but then you're subject to the power and stuff, which has been very reliable, but still considering the area you are in, who knows?
That's been prepared for in advance. I have... Where are they? Micro solar rechargers, portable electro packs.
That's right, you bought that stuff. I forgot you got that stuff, yeah. Okay. Okay.
And I've also got the window tremblers, just if people try bugging me.
So as long as your condo stays secure, you're in pretty good shape, it sounds like, for all that. Okay.
Yeah, and if the condo starts to be iffy, they get moved down to the bus, and then
Become
this will
mobile.
get done. I will go mobile around the city, and I will stop for somewhere.
Okay,
Park
here's
somewhere, work.
here's your roll for the cost of the satellite. So there you go. So 10 a month. I gave you a 50% chance that it was straight book price. As if you see the chat, you'll see it. So I wanted to give you a good chance to have it be, and not be as bad, but double it is. And it is minimum 1 month at a time, minimum monthly.
Yeah.
And so on. So there you go. There's that.
Yep. Think about this as disappointing. It takes total money down from 666,000. It just looks nicer than 656.
Just not the same. It's just not the same.
But I'll pay for that with the cred chip from the Swiss bank, because if anyone potentially looks at my credit, yes, I'm paying in advance, but the money coming out of the Swiss bank is going to look a bit better than the money coming out of a local branch bank.
Okay.
Probably.
Don't just the comment, and don't forget at some point in here, I have not gone back and figured it out, but there are such things as taxes, and taxman will come at some point. So anything that is traceable in your name, at some point in here, there are going to be taxes come due. But
yeah, it depends on how things like that. Depends on how secure InfoComp is.
Yep. How the info. Just wanted to mention it. You might want to keep some aside for that. That's all. That's all I wanted to mention. Okay. So you are working on that. You're literally you're going way past what Reg ever did. You're not just a local station. You're going over satellite. This is a for sure night city, and spotty elsewhere, because it's going to be the satellite. It's a satellite. So if you run a truly worldwide coverage, you'd have to do multiple satellites. You know what I mean? Yeah. You've got one that's in geosynchronous theory, in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the viewing figures on this go up enough, it might
be able to get spawns.
It might get picked up by the equivalent of Sky, which in Britain, the Sky Murdoch's satellite system. It broadcasts to multiple countries, and it's not just stuff that he produces; it's other channels from other countries. So.
You might get picked up there. You might get sponsors. You might get who knows. So, yep, we'll see how that rolls. See how that rolls out. So let's see. You've got that. So, Impulse, assuming your internet holds up. You were back in the van, I believe. You had escaped the building.
Yeah.
But
I was checking. I was basically just checking on Sky, but then I was going to make my way out on foot.
Oh, okay. Your plan was just to get back to the truck, assuming you can hear me. Yeah, okay. It looks like according to the levels you can hear me okay. Anyway, I had to move my mic some. Sorry. Anyway, yes, you made it back to the van. The van was still in the parking garage though, so your plan is just to check in and then continue get out of there completely.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I have a feeling that the other guys are going to be leaving loud, and I would rather not leave loud.
Because that's, it kind of, the whole name of the role, Prowler, kind of it would imply somewhat less excitement than the other two.
Yeah, you'd think.
Just a bit. Okay. Well, since Surah, if you're okay for another minute or two, I'm gonna do a bit more with Impulse. We'll see if we can play that out a little bit. See if Ace gets back, since you and Ace are together. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Cool. See if he gets in. If he doesn't, we'll work it out. We'll come up with something if he doesn't get in quick enough. But we'll play a little bit more on this side. So, Impulse. Let me see. I need to do, actually, give me a moment. I need to do a couple of rolls for you guys. /R 1 die 10, not /1 R die 10. Anyway. That's actually was pretty good. Let's see. So that was them. Sky, them. Okay. Damn. That was Sky. Okay. And time. Okay. So you got out to the, so I'm just thinking this through. You got out to the van, or the truck, rather. Sky was in there. Sky was not immediately able to respond. They have been, excuse me. Must use the correct pronouns for this person. Sky has been very busy in the net, has not come out. It's been a couple of minutes. They just continue to sit there. Obviously, we're, online in the net doing stuff. All of a sudden, Sky will jerk a couple of times. And say something. Let me see. Says something like, ice. Something unintelligible. Jerks again, and then just from the next rolls. Doesn't, like, pass out, no smoke, none of that stuff. I know it's not much of a clue, but there were a couple of ones in there, so there was something. Do you want to take any action at this point, or are you just waiting to actually talk to Ice, or talk to Sky, excuse me?
No, I wasn't waiting to talk to Sky. I was basically
You're not going to wait.
Looking in.
You're literally just going to check. Okay.
Still there. Still doing their thing. And then yeah, I'm going to just head out on foot.
Okay. Well, there is going to be some stuff happening here in the garage, so I'm just trying to get a good way to see when it happens as far as timing. I'm going to say let's just do an opposed die 10 each. And if you're higher, then you'll make it out. Just going to keep it simple. Then I'm not trying, because I mean, I could do a, well, okay then. Fine, just be that way. I was about to say I could do some kind of an initiative check, but, it would depend on what modifier I want to put on, so, yeah. Okay. There you go. You make it out. You want to roll, let me see. You do want to do your stealth on the way, for your way out. You are going to get out of the van and are heading out before this next stuff happens. Let's make sure you don't get spotted or anything on the way out. Okay?
So, it's important, therefore, we'll do our little lucky thing.
Yeah, if I didn't imply there too much that it's important, you don't want to be noticed.
34.
Yeah, I don't think there's much chance. I think there's I think there's exactly a 1 in 10. A 10 being what that chance is. I'm not even going to put a modifier in because it doesn't matter. Either they roll a 10 or they don't. That's the only chance that there is of you getting spotted. And no. They really... What?
Quite the opposite.
Yes. They very much did not notice you leaving. Okay then. Actually, as you're heading,
to escape.
would you, as you're getting out of there, would you roll an awareness notice for me also?
Yeah. Awareness. 22.
Okay, 20 was sufficient. On the way out, there is a camera that you'd almost swear must be able to see you. There just isn't a good way to get out of its vision. But as you're going past it, this camera, it's like let's see how to describe this. Instead of it's on this normal panning movement, but you've got to go through, regardless of where it's looking, you've got to go through its field of view to get the rest of the way out. but it's like as it pans, it gets partially and then it stops, and then it jerks around some, and then it starts its normal panning again. And then a couple seconds later, it'll stop and it vibrate like, and then go back to panning. It's almost like there's a fight for control of the camera going on.
Oh, well, I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, and I'm just gonna get the fuck out.
Exactly. Darn Prowler skills.
Hey, look, stealth is what you do.
The stealth is what you do. There's no doubt. Okay. So you make it out. Where are you headed? You get outside the building. Now, and I'll mention as you're getting outside the building, there's actually vehicles that are show some signs of damage, having been recently in a fight, are starting to show up around the building, and some are entering the garage, some are taking positions around the building. No, just a note.
I'll shoot a quick message to Vasily Ace and Sky, basically saying, you know, looks like the cavalry's here. You might want to hurry.
Send back a selfie of Vasily in the murder hallway with all the corpses in the background.
I don't even respond to that.
Excellent.
I'm going back to Tokitomi.
Okay. You're headed back to the condo.
Yeah, I haven't slept in ages. I'm really tired.
Time for a nap. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. All right, man. All right. So Mr. Mirage is headed back. We're gonna do. Let me think. Are you gonna take a cab? It's kind of a long. You're down. You're like Corp Center, so it's a little bit of a walk. If you're gonna walk, I assume. I won't assume. I'm asking.
Get a cab. Got the money for it.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said. You are getting a cab.
Yeah, got the money for it, so I might as well.
Okay, so I'll do that. It is going to be 150 for the ride back.
Yeah, I paid the man.
It's 50 in the city proper and 100 for going for the combat zone part. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get back, no problem.
Fine.
I'm sorry.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I was tempted to, I could save 100 by getting out before I get to the combat zone bit, and then I was like, wait, that's where basically the front line is. Yeah, no.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So you probably better let them take the risk of that part. So
exactly.
You don't have any trouble. You get back to the building. Nothing has changed when you get back. There's still the zombie likes, a lot of them around. They're all heavily armed. If anything, somehow more of them seem to have various types of armored stuff like battle gear and such now, where they didn't before. Your door is still in pieces, but
yeah,
nothing's missing.
I don't have anything to go missing.
There's that.
I'm gonna shoot Bartmoss a message saying, briefcase is in. Vasily and Ace taking care of the data center. Don't know their progress. Any chance I can have a new place, considering mine doesn't actually have a door?
He just shoots back that let's see. Rather busy at the moment. We'll see what I can do.
Cool, let me know. I'll just go chill in my doorless place.
And he will one more message. Appreciate the update. And yeah, that's what you get from him. Okay, that's that. And that's that. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so pretty much you're back. You're gonna, I guess, do the cleanup stuff and go to sleep. Pretty much. Well, you don't have a door, but the place does seem to be pretty well protected at the moment. So it's up to you if you want to do anything else or not, or about the door before you
Um,
go Betty bye.
there's nothing I can really do about it.
You could hire a bodyguard or something, I guess.
No, you know what? I think it's fine. I'll take a nap anyway.
Okay. Alrighty. So there is what you are doing then. All right. Suarat, Vasily.
Mm-hmm.
So you're good, buddy. So let me see where if I think where you guys were. You can actually you tell me where were you that as you recall.
We were we just entered the data center after crashing through the hallway.
You were at the door. Did you get through? You got
Right.
through the door of the data center?
I'm not sure if we got through the door or not.
Okay. I believe you were at the door. I didn't think you got through the door. I think we ended with you getting to it. It was the real thick glass, plastic, whatever wall where you could see all the racks of computers and servers and such on the inside.
Hmm.
Yep. Okay. Let me see. An ace. Yeah, you're not here yet. Okay, so that's fine. All right. So yes, you've got a lot. Basically, you got this door in front of you. It is locked. It is a very, very heavy material. It is mostly transparent, though, showing off all the cool gear and computers inside, which is kind of weird how important they are that they'd be trying to show them off. But you know, there you go. There are other. Let me see. We're going to do it since Ace isn't here. What we're going to do, there's another group that starts shooting, another group of security guards that are shooting in your general direction, but they're mostly taking cover. So it's more, they're more doing suppressive fire. They're just trying to keep you guys from proceeding. And Ace is shooting back and will indicate to you that you should try to get in the door while he's covering you guys.
What kind of lock is on this door?
Electronic. There is a retinal scanner and a full handprint scanner and a keypad.
And I'll need to be able to access all three in order to get through this door.
Unless you find some way around them. Yes. I don't remember. Do you guys have any explosives or anything like that?
We have my fists.
You have your fist. This is true. You do have your fist.
Punch through it. Knock the door until it falls down again.
Okay.
Just wondering if these autocannon would count as, you know.
As explosives?
I am thinking that, to be honest, I'm thinking I could shoot out the hinges with the autocannon.
Well, it is a. There aren't. It's. Well, let me phrase. Before I tell you this part, actually, would you roll? You want to roll your basic tech? Tell you what kind of door it is and stuff.
Geez.
Okay.
That's a horrible idea.
And Sky just rolled to try and help you get in, and that didn't work out very well. Let's see what Bartmus does. Okay. Go ahead.
I have like nothing in basic tech. So
okay.
Sky
Okay.
rolled to try and help.
Yes, and that was a 1.
Bartmel's rolled to try and help.
And that's a 5, so we'll see what happens with that in a moment.
What about Nina?
Oh yes, yes. Let's roll that. Let's roll your sister as well. Yes. And actually, I haven't rolled anything for her in a little while, so we're gonna do a couple of rolls for Nina. For you, we'll do 3. Okay.
A 2, 5, and a 4.
Okay. All right. All right. Your roll. So you're rolling basic tech unskilled. because you want to
Might
know
be a speed ticket
about the door.
non-existent. 10.
You rolled a 10. So yes, you would assume that there must be some way to get into this room from here. There's not obvious
this appears to be
hinges.
a door.
Yes, there aren't like obvious hinges per se, but there's got to be a way to get through. I mean, there's this keypad and this other stuff for, you know. Do you have electronic security?
No.
Okay, so there's this stuff that would indicate there is some way to get through this wall, but there is not. But it's not obviously a door or a whatever. So
it would
'cause
seem to be like a
that's a
sliding
10.
door or something.
That's what you get when you get a 10. Yeah, well, it could be. It could be a sliding door. It could be something else. But there's not obvious. There's not hinges. There's not whatever that you can figure out that you can see.
We don't have any explosives. How thick is this wall?
Well, the way you're looking at it.
Did he just crash?
Tank is malfunctioning.
Punk generator.exe has stopped working. Would you like to fire? Would you like to send an error message?
The service has encountered a problem. Issues I've ever encountered.
I know, this isn't the first time it's happened as well. Like, I know it's happened before. 'Cause... You know, one of us should probably, like, message him. And be like,
If only he could do that at will. That way he could do it every time I was firing a machine gun.
Very, very immersive.
Is this happening on the stream as well?
I would imagine.
No
so.
idea.
Let's find out.
But right now, I'm starting to wonder if Donald Trump may have started World War III without bothering to tweet us about it first.
And everyone thought World War III would be a...
Punkmaster's just appearing, he's just doing his thing. Yeah. Leave the Discord and rejoin and see if that makes any difference at all.
Over Discord? Or is that only me?
No, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah. It's both of us are hearing it.
Yeah. Because that isn't coming over YouTube.
Durat was saying it's not coming over Twitch either. It's just Discord.
Aha, it's fixed.
No more machine gun voice.
Okay, maybe I'm
So
back.
what was I doing again?
Can I be heard?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let's see here.
I can hear you too.
Well, I can see you guys are talking, but I can't hear you. Hopefully somebody can hear me and it doesn't sound like crap as it did a moment ago.
Sounding like crap
Why
is
can't I
insane.
hear anybody? Ah, how about now?
Can you hear us?
Excellent! I'm back, and I can hear you as well. Excellent. Okay.
Good.
Sorry, guys. All right. So, anyway, I freaking where I was. Oh, we're at the door. Okay.
Yeah.
You were gonna. Okay. So, anyway, so yes, you got this big clear plastic glass thing. You couldn't tell what kind of door it was. You got the electronic security stuff. You wanted to know how thick it was. I was suggesting or requesting an awareness notice to determine that part.
Okay. So I just kind of want to know how sturdy this thing is.
Right. See if we can determine that. Basically, okay, 23 will do it. When you're looking straight on, it looks really good. If you look at if you try to go from enough of an angle, you'll see some distortion and stuff. This thing has got to be at least 3 or 4 inches thick. Probably 4 inches thick. Now, what does that come out to? We're gonna give it a. It is actually. We're gonna give it a S. I guess it'd technically be SDP, but whatever. We're gonna call it 30 points to get all the way through it.
Now, there's 2 options that jump to mind for me.
Yes. Okay.
Either I can try and push it down just like before,
Mm-hmm.
or run down the hallway and grab one of those guys that's shooting at us and throw him through it.
Well, you could be like, whatever, well, I'm sure it's been in multiple movies, where, you shoot it a bunch of times, and that doesn't work, so then you take a guy and throw him through the damaged spot.
That
would be another option.
I'm gonna give it a shot with the 20 mil and see how it responds to that.
Okay. So you're going to take like a marker and put a big X on there first, so you got something to aim at? Just...
Oh no, just pick a random spot.
Just pick a, okay. I gotcha. Alright.
I'll be able to keep track of the huge crack, I'm sure.
Well, there's that. Yes, there's that.
So I will fire 1 shot. That's a lot of damage.
Well, that was a lot, yes. That was a rather significant amount of damage. So you do put a hole in this thing. You put a... How big a hole?
Or is it just 1 clean?
Let me see. It's 20 millimeter. What is... Let me do a little trick here. Check on something. Because I still think in inches. 20 millimeter. It's like something around 3/4 of an inch.
No, I was calculating it, but I calculated it the wrong way.
Ah, gotcha. So 3/4. You put about a 5 to 6 inch, which on the outside around 150 millimeter, around 150 millimeter, about 6 inches, just for everybody's whatever, hole in the wall with that shot.
I'm hoping this has like structurally weakened it. Could I just put my hand through there and just see if I can like try and free essentially to try and pull it apart? Now that I've got a decent place to kind of grip onto it.
Try and pull it apart at this point. Okay.
Yeah, like test out different directions to see where there's some give.
Okay. So
what I can do.
And we're gonna. Let me see if it's almost time to come back around, but that's okay, because But everybody else is pretty much in a resting state at the moment. Okay. Anyway, so it did not seem, other than it put a relatively clean hole through. There's some little cracks and stuff right near the hole, but it didn't like shatter, or it didn't do the, like safety glass does, where the whole thing goes when a part of it is damaged. Didn't do any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can pull your hand through it and try to pull it apart, and basically, you can roll, what would that be, like a punch or something, as far as damage goes, to see what you can do to it. You know what I mean?
I'm trying. I guess I'll try and punch it.
Yeah, you don't have to roll to hit per se. Well, actually, I'm gonna say if you want to try to pull it apart, my thought was if you want to put your hand in there and grab a piece of where the hole is and yank on it, I was just saying roll the same damage as a punch, and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Right.
If you want to try and punch it, you can.
I primarily want to try out a few directions and see where there's give, because if this is an entranceway at some point, it'll have a little bit of give in a particular direction. So I'll be able to tell how it opens.
I see. I understand what you're after.
So, damage for a punch.
Okay. So far, by the way, so far the group that's trying to attack you is just completely missing, not hitting. There's like every now and then there'll be a ricochet off way above your head or off to one side, something like that. And that's all you're getting.
Punches are 1d6.5, am I correct?
Yep.
So in effect, it's the same as the 1d3.
Oh, die 6 divided. Yeah, same, effectively. Which you can do the /2 on a die 6 if you wanted, but yeah, it basically comes out the same thing. So we got that. You got 10 points. So 10 points doesn't. It gives a little bit. As you're trying different directions, it'll in one direction. You're right on the sliding door idea, because it seems to give just a bit in one direction and to your right, and not at all in any other direction. And it's like almost like you're just bent that spot where the hole is, that where you've got your grip on. It's not breaking, it's not tearing, it's not like glass. It's almost like you've bent a bit of plastic just a little bit.
So, could I try a strength feat just to try and force it in that particular direction?
Sure.
Alright, let's try this out. My mojo.
Okay.
30.
Oh, damn. That's a good roll. Okay. Strength feat, so you're trying to yank it in that, or whatever, get it to move in that direction that you think it must open.
Yeah.
Since that was the only
In the
way.
direction I felt it.
Okay. I'm going to say a 30 would be sufficient to overcome. That's a pretty significant roll on the whole difficult and possible charts. So you yank on it and you're pulling on it, and that plastic will start to give some as you're pulling on it. You kind of change your grip over to the other side now that you get an idea which way it's supposed to maybe move. And you're yanking, and all of a sudden, actually do a, what would it be? A athletics for me also, please. Because you're pulling on that thing as hard as you can, put your weight onto it, yanking on it, trying to get it open. Okay. And suddenly there are some sparks. There's a giving, a tearing noise, and the whole wall, floor to ceiling, the whole wall, right about where you are, the whole thing just slides off to one side. There's sparks. The panels, the electronic panels that are right there, are going crazy. The display is just, it's got garbage, all kinds of character stuff coming up on it. And that whole wall slides aside. You stumble and nearly fall on your ass because it suddenly moves. Once it lets go, it just moves away perfectly, like it's counterweighted. It just, once the lock lets go, has no problem opening it.
Oh, so the door didn't give, the wall did.
Well, what you figure out is the wall is the door. This whole section, about 5 or 6 foot wide, floor to ceiling, is a sliding door.
That is a very big sliding door.
Yes. Well, this is the, you are on what you, well, you may or may not, as the player, excuse me, the character probably wouldn't necessarily recognize, but for the player side, what you guys have done is you come into an area, or the way you're entering it is the area that they take when they give VIPs tours of their facility. This is the, look how impressive our data center is wall. Okay, so when somebody has enough, VIP-ness to actually get into the data center and get that much of a tour, it's, look how impressive this wall is, look how impressive the door is.
Check out our funding.
Yeah, exactly, all that kind of stuff. So, this isn't the door, and that's why there's a handprint and a retinal scanner and the keypad. If you come in from a side that the staff uses all the time, there wouldn't be all this, But you looked at the directory, and you guys were following the directions from the directory, which is going to take you to the most public access. Most public is all relative, but it's the grand lobby, so to speak, of the data center entry. So,
honestly,
anyway.
These MiliTech should be thanking me. I am making doorways for them.
That's right. You guys are showing the weaknesses in their security.
No, it's just, this is an important construction project for them. Their
That's
building
right.
is far too difficult to get around.
But yeah, once the lock lets go, it slides completely effortlessly open. And let's see, Ace we haven't seen him yet. Still, just to get a couple of things before you actually go in. I'm gonna say, since everybody else is in a position where you give me a couple more minutes with Vasily, and I think it'll be time for you guys to. You should be able to place your stuff here in just a moment, assuming the dice rolls don't go too far against you, and then you guys can try to escape. Okay. You finally get it open. You will get a message from Sky that says it's getting deep up here. Exit with the truck might be difficult.
I'll just text back saying mission almost complete. We'll be heading back soon.
Okay, very good. Yeah, guys, if everybody else give us just another minute or two here. Okay, so darn it, I wish Ace was here, because you. Okay, basically, you don't have. Let's see. Do you have any techs? Do you have any electronics? You don't have electronics. You don't have basic tech. You don't have any skills that would help you determine where stuff is in a data center or recognize things.
My tech is 4.
Your tech is a 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Can I take a picture of the data center and send it to Sky?
Well, okay. Bartmoss, basically, I'm going to, just to reiterate for everybody, Bartmoss had given you some indication, some code, it's not some code, but a string of characters to indicate where in the data center, what piece of equipment and stuff he needed. You got 2 pieces of electronics, 2 devices. You don't know what they do or anything. But 2 things he wanted you to get to place to plug in. But you don't know what that string of characters versus what you're looking at in the room or anything is. So yes, you're going to use your phone. I assume you're going to take a picture of what you're seeing, which you just got the door open. You're going to take a picture of this area and send it over to Sky.
Yeah, basically text what exactly is it we're looking for here.
Okay. Just a couple seconds after you hit the send button, you are actually. I need to. There was another thing we were hitting a point. I got to roll here for 1 moment. 50-50. You've got no signal on your phone.
I bleed. Can I punch a hole in the ceiling so I've got better signal? um,
You could try, I guess, but that, keep in mind you're like multiple floors underground. And
that
of
explains a
course,
lot.
with your tech skill, you are not going to realize that it might not be your underground that's the problem per se. Their alarms are going off. The place is locking down.
So we need to find that stuff quick before we're like locked in here with a whole bunch of security guards that are stuck in here with me. And I don't want to kill that many people today, so. Okay. So Ace is currently comatose or something. So can
Well,
get
he is
assistance.
basically Ace is unavailable to you. He is using suppressive fire. He is using. I hate to say what another PC is doing, but basically he's holding back. He's doing suppressive fire, attempting to hold back the security guards that are coming to attack you guys. And I have rolled a couple of times now for those security guards to see if they get around or past or whatever him, and at this point they have not. I'm just trying to keep that real, since he's not actually here to play it. I'm trying to keep that really generic.
Yeah. Oh God, how am I meant to figure out what I'm looking for here?
It's great. The person that has the least capability of being able to do this piece of the job is the one that has to do this piece of job.
Okay, is it electronics I'm rolling or what?
Well, that's what I was trying to see if you had anything that would. Well, you have you're not going to have system knowledge either.
In fairness, even if it was me with my slightly better tech skills, I still don't have any of the skills you're asking him to roll.
I have weaponsmith.
Let's see.
My tech skills go as far as I can open doors that aren't meant to be open.
I got it.
But from the looks of it, so can Vasily, just in a very different way.
Just a different way, that's right. Do you have education general knowledge?
Oh God, no.
Do you have any math related skills?
Like, you can calculate the distance someone will fly if it fools them.
Right. Okay. Let me see. You will actually get a text message back from.
I've got no signal.
You've got signal. I was rolling you in for it. You get a signal from a message from Bart Moss. They're attempting to jam all cell service. It's doing what I can in about like. It's like it's doing what he can is the phrase, but at the CA, that's the end of the message, and then you get some garbled text and you got no signal again.
That doesn't tell me anything.
He's trying to get service again, as far as that goes, but it hasn't worked yet.
Right.
So I'll tell you what the code is. I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you what it is, and it's one of those doing everything you can without making a roll. See if you as a player can understand what it is, and maybe you can play it out. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it in here. It's going to be. I don't know if you know anything about data centers, but that's what you get. That's what the code is for the first piece of electronics.
Okay. Can I roll,
yeah, go ahead.
Could I roll an awareness to see if Vasily could spot anything that seems important here?
Yes, you can. Good call.
Okay. 20.
Okay. There are, as you walk into the data center. Now you'll find as you walk in. First of all, with the 20, as you walk in, the first couple of rows are really impressive-looking glass racks with all kinds of blinky, flashy lights. and smoke, just smoked glass, really nice, aesthetically looking. As you get a couple more rows, a few more rows in, it gets a little more industrial looking. Some are black. Some of these cabinets are now black. Some are blue. Some are other colors. They have different faces. Where the first few rows were all exactly the same, smoked, flat black. Very aesthetically pleasing. As you get in further, it's more of different kinds of stuff, equipment.
I guess we know where the VIP tour ends.
Don't we though? So as you get in, but as you get in, you're looking around. There are on your left and your right on the walls and on the pillars, on support beams, on stuff like that, there are letters. And in front of you, which it's a pretty deep room, but in front of you on pillars and stuff, you can't necessarily make out the wall at the end, but in front of you on support beams and periodically on signs, there are numbers. And if you turn around and look behind you on the wall, behind you above the door, or the sides of the door, because the door is floor to ceiling, but at the sides of the door, and again on pillars and stuff, there are numbers. So front and back there are numbers, left and right there are letters on the walls.
In that case, I'm going to try and see if I can correspond the little code that you sent me, and see if I can correspond that to almost like coordinates in this place.
Yes, and let me see, what did I tell you to do on that?
Try to find a walker.
There was something I thought of earlier, but now that you've picked up on that stuff, what would it be? What would it be? We're gonna use. I know this is kind of it's a bit of a reach, but it's what we got. We're gonna go ahead and just do a straight combat. Just click on the skill combat sense, and we're gonna call it like you said. You use the word coordinates, so we're gonna call it like you were looking for map coordinates or something like that.
Right.
And using your abilities as a solo to try and figure this out. Which you do. Which looks like other than you could have rolled a 1, I guess. But 20 would do it. Yes, the letters on the wall on the sides, the numbers on the other two sides, and they are going alphabetically, going up one way and down the other, and at some point they go to AA, B, AB, AC, etc. And it takes you a little while to walk because it's a very big room, but you find row RRR, column 377. And in that spot, in that area, there is a rack, a server rack labeled 3. And do a strength feat for me and just don't fail it because the rack is locked. But, yeah. As long as you don't roll a 1. As long as you don't roll a
1 lock to it then.
Okay. As long as you don't roll a 1, you can basically tear this door off. These aren't, keep you from getting in type doors. Okay, yeah. You start to try to open it, and it doesn't immediately just open when you grab the handle. So you just give it a yank, and the whole door, the lock and everything busts off. As it comes open, the hinges break, and the door falls, just completely comes off, falls to the side. And as you're dropping it, the handle turns, and as it's coming away from the rack, and you're about to drop it, the handle turns. And you see the latch release as you turn the handle. And it falls away. In other words, if you just actually turned the handle, you could have just opened the door. But anyway, as you don't have a very good tech skill and know nothing about computer stuff, as you look so you got the code down. As you look inside, there's letters down the inside of the rack. Device A is right up at the top of the rack, and you look at this thing, this piece of electronics are split, and there's a place to plug it in.
But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna plug
okay. Just checking. You're gonna plug it in?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what I'm here for.
Yep, that's what you're here for. And you got one more to do, and I need to roll a couple of times for Security. Okay. Yep. So you've got that one plugged in. You got the other one has another code on it. It's the same. Now that you've got it down, you figured it out. The other one has a similar type of coordinate system on it. You locate it, same deal. This time you can just turn the handle, and the door will open. And I assume you go ahead and plug in the second one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do as I was hired to do.
Okay. As soon as you get that second one plugged in, about 2.5, 3 seconds, 3.5, 3.2 seconds later, you have full service on your phone, and you can hear, it's very loud in this room. Well, actually, there's all kinds of fans, there's other noises in here. Do an awareness notice for me.
Yeah. 18.
That is not sufficient. Okay. There's lots of noise in this room. There's all kinds of fans and ventilation and cooling all over around. What's your plan? What are you doing from here?
To do in here, I'm assuming. So
you've done what you're assigned. You're being paid to do. You got these two things plugged in.
I'm gonna do my best to kind of like cover up what I did, so MiliTech don't just come in and immediately reverse our work.
Okay. Well, the second one you
And then
just
I'm
close the
going to
door
head
and latch it. That's easy.
Yeah, so that's not suspicious at all. Okay, these cabinets, these like, are they servers?
Yes. Well, servers, network gear. I don't know how familiar you are with that stuff, but there are servers, there are network switches, routers, all kinds of different gear, all different brands. How heavy are these cabinets? Some of them are just, well, just to give you some idea, some of them are just all fiber optic cabling, and they're going to be 100 pounds, give or take. 60, 70, 80, 100 pounds. Those are lighter
The first
ones.
one that I did, that I ripped the door off, I want to turn it around towards one of the other ones, so it's more difficult to get to, so they can just reverse what I did. So they can't just go and like take the thing I planted out.
Okay. I'm going to give you an intelligence check before you decide to do that. Okay?
Oh well. That was me rolling a 9.
Okay.
Facilities
Well,
in my head hurts.
okay. So you didn't make the 15 for the full information. I will give you the basic information that as you grab a hold of it and you start to turn it, which you don't have any problem turning these things. Okay? It's a flat surface floor, and they're just on leveling feet, fairly small feet that to get everything level. So they slide. They don't slide too differently, and you've got enough strength that's not a problem. But as you start to do that, you do notice there are a number of cables and things going through the inside of it and down through the bottom.
Oh, do I feel them tugging? It feels like something's gonna get tugged.
As you turn it just a few inches, and you start to get a little bit of resistance. You don't feel like you wouldn't have any problem just continuing to turn it, but you do start to get a little resistance.
Yeah, I don't want to continue turning it then, because I don't want to unplug the things that are there.
Okay, good enough. All right, so you did the second one, you closed it up, you tried to make it as if you didn't do anything. This one, you came back to this one, which they're ways apart.
Oh, give me a moment.
And okay. You don't even have to roll aware. You don't even have to roll awareness at this point. There's a group of security coming around that you can see. They're coming in from several directions around the different racks, down the different aisles and stuff, coming towards you. And I'm going to do... Ace is still not here. As they're approaching you, you can... It's obvious now. They've almost got you surrounded. They might have you surrounded. You failed your awareness earlier, so you didn't hear them coming. And I'm going to go around and check with everybody real quick again. Stringer, you're still working on your video. You got your wine. You're setting up your new broadcast station from the condo.
Yep.
Let's see. So we already got the cost. You've already paid for the satellite service. Just because this is different work, I'm trying to think, what would we, if there's a particular skill, and the thing that comes to mind is AV Tech, but AV Tech is not stagecraft. It goes the title of the video I made on that subject.
Basic tech.
You have basic tech. Let's do a basic tech roll and let's see, I'm going to say a basic tech roll to make sure you just to make sure you don't have any issues getting everything set up, you know. We're going to do a photo and film for your initial setting up the stream and what you're going to put out, and if you want to do a second photo and film for if you want to do a introduction or a welcome, you know, come watch my channel type thing, or, you know, whatever you want to do, intro thing.
Chad, with that globe that was being turned around by a finger on the bottom.
That's right. Yeah, it's down in the it's in the RV or in the bus if you want to go get it and have it in the background, or just go down and do some video of it and use that, you know, in your editing. You know, set up a camera and then go over there and turn it a few times.
Yeah, I might do that to make it deliberately look cheap and tacky.
You could. Now, admittedly, that well, there's the globe itself, where it said in Reg's production, you know, where it said big time media, that was actually I'm calling it that way for you. That was actually an effect he used post. So there's the globe itself. That's a physical thing that you could go do this with. But it doesn't have like something that's part of the globe that has the big time media banner across it. So, you know, or big time TV. I mean, whatever it was.
Lamp. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stick the inflatable palm tree lamp next to it.
Very good. I like it. So let's see, basic tech of 14. You do have some trouble getting this set up and getting it to function right. You're having trouble with the configuration of everything to make the stream work the way it should work on the tech side, on the technical side. On the photo and film side of setting up the stream, setting up what you want to stream, what you want to be going out, that is going barely okay. But on the tech side, you're having a problem that the stream isn't working. You're not getting a signal out to the satellite. And I'm sorry, guys. I need about 3 minutes. We're gonna do a quick break. I'm sorry. I just got a word here. I gotta go talk to my wife for a minute. So, we'll do a bio or whatever you want to call it break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm gonna put the thing on. Okay. I'll be sorry to interrupt you mid-word there, but I'll be right back. Go ahead. Or did you have something? Oops.
Oh, I just said sure. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm doing that. Okay. Be back in a moment, guys.
So what did I mess with my
Oh. He had what? Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. He what did he have?
So I could,
He had. I'm sorry, I still missed it. What'd you guys say?
I have death cards, so I could have actually blown the lock open.
That would have been convenient. You were tied up though. You were just very tied up, very busy. Ace, yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, you guys were just just trying to keep the security from. And was I? Yeah, it looks like I got to turn my mic down a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, you were just doing everything you could to keep security from coming in while Vasily got in there. So let me see here. Where was I? We were with Stringer. We were working out getting your stream going for your new broadcast station.
Yeah, but if I can't get it to work, I'll call tech support or look at the manual.
Okay.
Because I'm a man, I always try to get things to work before reading the manual. Matter of principle involved.
Tech support is, let me see here. The way you are renting the satellite time, it is if there's a problem on their end, well, I don't know how it works in your part of the world. Over here, basically over here with like phone lines and stuff, for example, if it's on their end, that's where tech support will help you. If it's on your end, it's your problem unless you want to pay them extra to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, and you wait on hold for like 30 or 45 minutes. Eventually, you get through to somebody. They walk you. They're like, "Did you turn it on and off again? Did you do this? Is it plugged in? Are the lights on?" They go, they go through that kind of crap, none of which helps. And then they say, well, it looks like everything on this side everything's green, everything's working. So it looks like it's a problem with your equipment. And she says, I can transfer you over to our endpoint support or not endpoint, but broadcaster support team. There will be an additional fee for that. They will go over rates if you'd like me to transfer you.
Yep. So I'm getting nowhere fast.
So you sit on hold for another 30 minutes or 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Let me just roll it, make sure it's nothing too extreme. Yep, right in the middle. 45 minutes. You eventually get to talk to somebody. And they will, let's see, it is 100 EB per 30 minutes of remote support, they tell you. However, if it is something to do with the physical setup of the equipment, obviously they're not on site, they can't help you with that. They would have to send someone out to help you with that part of it.
Yep.
But they will be happy to go over your configuration remotely. You just have to give them full access to your equipment, to your system.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And
Then I'll change my security.
after 2 hours, let's give them a roll. We'll give them a couple of rolls, actually. Yep. One more. Okay, so after 2 hours, at first they're like, "Oh yeah, it's this problem, easy." They do some things and they tell you to try something again, and it doesn't work, and they go over things, and after a couple hours, you're going back and forth with them, you're chatting with them and stuff periodically, and they're working on it. At some point, you lose connection with them, and when you try them back, you are on hold, and you're on hold. You are on hold for an hour. Another
Jesus.
one. This is not good for you. So this has like been hours that hours and hours you've been dealing with their support system. Yes.
Well, when they put me on hold again,
Yes.
I'm going to give Ice Pick a call. Ask him if he knows about this shit. It's electronic.
Icepick's phone, he does not answer. Nobody answers. This is the first time, I believe, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but since you guys left when he was still at the club, the bar, this is the first time somebody tried to contact him.
No, he didn't.
It isn't? When did you talk to him in between?
It was when I gave him his cut of the money from Infiltrating.
Yes. Okay.
And I gave him his bonus.
Was that, and that was all by text though, wasn't it?
I can't remember how I did it.
Okay. I believe that was all by text message. Or electronic, whatever. It wasn't, you didn't actually talk to him. But at this point, he doesn't answer. I did some rolls for him previously, and it just hadn't come up yet. So, yeah, he does not answer, and he's Netrunner anyway. Really, you need Coil is who you need, but Coil's not available, as you already know.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you a moment on that. Basically, it's just the way the dice have gone. You did spend 2 hours working with him. Then when you call back, when you try to get back through to him after you got cut off, you don't get to talk to anybody. You're on hold. You're on automated response stuff for about an hour, and then that's where we are. We're in that time. I will say, at first, in that first few 30 minutes, they seem to really be knowledgeable and have a clue. But the more you talk to them during that 2 hours you're working with them, they seem less and less competent to be able to help you. You know, a 2 and a 2 and a 1. So there you are. That's where you. But I'll give you, if I can, if you're okay, I'll give you a minute on that. It's basically you're going to need a tech. That's what it comes down to. Whether you wait and let them see if they'll send somebody out, or you find one on your own.
I'll probably find one on my own.
Okay. Do you? Well, in that case, do you have a contact, or you can call a what's her name, Edge Runner? You can not call. Yeah, call. You can hire out through Edge Runners Inc. Would be an option if you don't have another one. Sorry, are you there yet?
Through my contacts.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, well, while you're looking through your contacts, I'm going to come back around. Okay? While you're checking that out. Mirage, are you just still sleeping, or do you want to do anything else before we try to get everybody caught up to the same time frame?
Nope. Nothing else.
Very good. Okay.
Like, it's what in the morning? It's like 2 or 3 in the morning or something. I'm like, yeah. I'm basically dead.
I'm trying to think from when you guys attacked the building and stuff. It's like dawn when you're getting home or something. It's like 6. I don't know. It's something like something crazy. So, okay. Very good. So, yeah, we'll come back around. Ace. Actually, Vasily would be next. You've had your time, and Ace has just come in. So, if you're okay, I'm going to do some with Ace and then get you guys back together. All right. So, Ace, you have been under very heavy fire. The cover you have been able to use weapons, automatic assault rifles and stuff that was left behind by fallen security, trying to save your own ammo, conserve your own ammo. But all you've been able to do is just like fire over the top of the stuff you're hiding behind to just try to keep them from advancing. Okay? You've got several security down this way and several security down to one side, other side. You are hunkered down behind a big planter thing, which is actually getting chewed up pretty bad at this point. Vasily was able to get the door open and is inside the data center, presumably placing the devices.
Okay. Are they relatively close together, the security teams?
There are two teams. They're more or less right at. One is like, well, basically at 90 degrees from each other, from you. You're at the end of a. You got a T hallway. There's a long part of the hallway where the data center door is, and you're right near that. So down one side of the hallway is a team, and down the other part of the T, 90 degrees off, is another team.
I'm going to throw a frag grenade at the first one.
At the whichever one we'll call the first one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do it that way.
All right. Roll it. Throw that grenade. Let's see if you can hit your target.
Athletics, right?
God, I'm blanking. I believe, yeah, sure. Yes. Sorry. I completely blanked on that one. Apologize. I had to go. I just found out as soon as we get done with the game, I'm going to a tech call. At a data center, at a hospital. So, joy. Anyway. Well, it looks like you hit your target.
Yeah.
Alright, so you throw a grenade. I'm going to give them a couple of rolls, because that's the way I'm going to play it. Okay. Yes, you throw the grenade. There are lights that... Well, you throw the grenade. A few seconds later. Lights in that part of the hallway start blinking and go. Some go dim, some go out. There are some yells, there are some screams. Do you want to look over your cover and see what happened?
Sure.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Briefly.
So you do your awareness for that. If you're peeking on cover, you are going to potentially take a have a shot. You're giving the other team an opportunity to shoot at you.
Yeah.
Or giving both teams. Technically, you're giving both teams, but the one is dealing with a frag grenade right now. Oh, and let me.
Do you want me to do damage?
Yeah, go ahead and do your damage. And do a dodge and escape. Okay. Well, area. You got hit. What's that, an arm? I believe. Of course, I don't have a sheet handy. All this stuff we've been doing, you guys haven't actually been.
One of the arms, I don't know which.
Yeah, it's a left arm.
Left arm.
Left arm. What's your armor in your left arm?
Right now, 20,
What is it?
22.
22. Okay, doesn't get through your armor, but it doesn't get through your armor. But you take a really good hard hit in your left arm. And duck back down. So, what you see is, your awareness was 19. Okay. Yes, there's at your quick glance, there was at least 4 members of that team, maybe more, that you threw the grenade at. There are at least 2 of them that you spotted sprawled on the ground. There is another one of these planters like you're hiding behind over that direction. So you can't tell for sure if there was anybody behind it or what the result there was. At least 2 are writhing on the ground. and there's more screams than there are more yells beyond that. So there's probably more people that got damaged beyond it. But if you took them all out, if they're still functional over there, you don't know for sure. 19 wasn't quite enough.
Right. Okie dokie. Do I have another action that I take? Or...
You can go at what I'm gonna do. There is more suppressive fire from the other team. You got hit. The one shot was an opportunity. I don't want to say attack of opportunity. I really don't want to say that. That's the wrong game. But anyway, there's more suppressive fire from the team from the other one, not the one you threw the grenade at, and it's your turn again.
Okay. I'm gonna take my second frag grenade and throw it at the other team.
Okay. Your hit and your damage. Or your attack roll, I mean. And your damage. Whatever, you know what I mean.
Yep.
Okay. Again, you are on target with your throw. Almost very similar damage. Again, the hallway down that direction, some lights go out, several lights go out. Yeah. Like, most of the lights down that hallway go out as you do that, after that grenade explodes. Do you want to take a peek and see what your result is?
Not this time.
Okay. You do have access. You can roll. Let me see. I'll give you one dodge and escape. Just don't fail it, and you can get into the data center if that's what you want to do.
I'll get into the data center.
You don't trust me to do my job?
Yeah. Well, your cover is in bad shape. It's been hit with a lot of fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can imagine. Okay.
You get into the center.
Hey, Vasily, I rolled a couple of frag for each security team. I don't know how badly they're hurt, but they're hurt a little bit at least. So hurry up and plant the thing.
Vasily can roll an awareness check, see if you can hear him.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans and stuff like that in this room, so...
Yep, the noise level in the data center is actually pretty high. Whenever I'm working in a data center, I always wear your headphones, your protection. Yeah, Vasily, you're pretty sure you heard from Alf back toward the door that you heard Ace say something about frag grenades.
Vasily called back, no, I don't need them, we only plant things here.
And since he said that, we'll go back. We're going to come around to Vasily, and then we'll go back around some more. Vasily, you have at least on 3 the horseshoe shape, the U shape around you. You can see them. They haven't started firing yet. Security are closing in on your position. What you're gonna do? You've got both pieces placed. You started to turn that one rack, but decided that might not be a good idea.
Okay, so they're like around me. They're actually surrounding me. They're not from one direction.
No, not from one direction. There are. Let's see. Let's do an awareness. Do an awareness for me on this point.
Okay. 19.
Okay. You can see 1, 2, 3. You can see at least 6 approaching you from different directions, and that's glancing around racks and stuff, because you don't have. I mean, basically where you're standing, you've got a clear view one side to the other side, and if you peek around some of the racks, you'll have a clear view in another 2 more directions. But looking around, you can see at least 6 that are approaching you. There seems to be one direction they are not approaching you from at this point.
Okay. So, do I have a clear line to run to Ace?
As far as you can see, I'm gonna say yes, but you have. It's not like you can see the door that you came through from where you are.
Okay.
So you have to go that way a ways, and then it's a bit of a. These places are a bit of a maze. Or can
Oh, you want to be stuck with Vasily in a very loud maze? Oh, I'm gonna, I'm going to duck down, and I'm going to be the Minotaur of this labyrinth.
be.
Time to start hunting people down.
Okay. Now you say duck down. Keep in mind with your body type, the aisle, the space between these racks, you take up a good portion of it. Okay. So there's not. If somebody's on the same aisle as you, they're going to be able to see you.
But will they be able to scream before I kill them? That's the real question.
There's that. There is. Yeah, you have a point. Okay. So what's your plan? You're gonna basically you want to hide and wait and attack one, or are you gonna go after them?
Oh, I'm prowling.
You're going after them. Okay.
With how loud these fans are, I don't think they'll hear my footsteps. And
So let me see. So are you got a good look at where they are? Obviously, it's pretty obvious they know where you are right now. So are you just gonna go down where you know where there's one and head straight to them, or are you gonna try to go around behind them or something like that, or what's your plan?
I'm gonna try and go around an unusual path to try and get the drop on them. The priority here is speed.
Okay.
I definitely want to get to where he is as quickly as possible,
Right.
and essentially make it so I'll be able to get the opportunity to attack before he even realizes that I'm there.
Okay, so with the noise in here, I was going to give you a +4 to stealth to try to, get up on them before they know you're there, kind of idea. Assuming you want to roll stealth. I'm not telling you have to.
The idea
what I
is
mean?
to remain undetected, but I'm
Right.
prioritizing getting to them as quickly as possible, more so
Okay.
than getting behind them stealthily.
Okay, so I was going to give you a +4, but if priority is more on speed, then you don't get the bonus, but you can roll stealth.
Okay.
And do another awareness for me as you're doing that. Because now you're moving around, you're getting a different vantage point as you move around.
This is a very terrifying image, just this humongous Russian man on the hunt,
Yes, no
like
kidding.
Rambo.
In a data center, no less, yes. Alright. You did your awareness, you're going to do stealth, right? Got 2.
Okay, my stealth isn't very high, but I do have high reflex, so hopefully. But stealth is stealth a reflex?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's-
Is it? It is reflex. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something else.
Okay,
It's like near the bottom of the character sheet.
13.
13.
Damn, that's
That's not
no
good.
3.
That's not great. Okay. So on your awareness, as you make your way around, because you're trying to get quickly, make your way around some other racks and around another aisle to try and get behind one of these guys that you spotted. But as you start to get in where you're going to go behind them, as you're about to go around that corner, and this is where you have a choice. You spot there is another security guard, following maybe 10 or 15 feet behind the one you were about to attack. So where you were about to come around the corner and come up behind the guy, you realize there'd be another one almost right behind you. And at this point, let's give him a roll. See if he seems to spot you. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he spots me.
Yep. So the guy. So the basically, I was saying there are more here than you initially spotted, for sure.
Right.
So as you start to make your way around the corner, you're gonna try quickly sneak up on this one dude to attack him, and as soon as you do, this other guy spots you and Or let's do a quick initiative.
Gee, that's a high initiative roll from him. The highest initiative roll from me.
You're first. You do see this guy starting. He has a rifle. But the rifle, the end of it is the end of the barrel is painted a bright blue, which may or may not. That's just, you know. So there's something different about that rifle.
Okay, I already have a plan, though. How far is he from his friend?
I'd say 10 to 15 feet. I'm going to split it. I'll say he's about 12 feet. There's about 12-foot separation between them.
I can throw that far. It's not a worry. Okay.
So, okay. What's your plan?
It's harpoon time. So I'm gonna try and grab him.
Which one? Oh, the one you're come up behind, or the one that's about to attack you?
The one that's about to attack me. My plan is grab him, launch him at his friend.
Gotcha. Okay, grapple. So
The good old Vasily classic.
we're just gonna roll it that way. You got the grapple. You throw him.
Special.
Yeah, that's right. You throw him.
I intend to throw him essentially like a javelin, so I want a head-on-head collision between these two.
Are you doing a called shot?
Yes.
Okay. So all right. So we're going to do you're going to do a we'll call it use your throw -3. No, your throw normally would be an attack roll. And this is an attack roll, though. We're not exactly using a throw like we'd normally use a throw. Let's just let's just do it that way, okay? Just because it's fun. We'll use your the throw for your martial art -3, and whatever bonus or whatever you normally have.
Throw is +3.
-4. Sorry, pardon me. -4. Called shot to the head.
Okay, so
-4.
negative.
Pardon me.
Negative
So -1.
one.
-1 net. Yes.
I want the one I'm throwing to have a head collision with the head of the other one. By the way, it's like head on head.
Yes. So yes. So you're
harder,
not.
I'd say.
Yes, you're right. I will agree with you. You're doing head. We're doing a called shot on the one guy you're attacking, and basically effectively, I'm going to call it. It's a called shot on the guy you're throwing as well. Let's do a -8. 4 and 4.
-8.
Yes, sir.
So +3 to throw. I'm going to put 5 luck in this, so there's no more.
Okay.
I want this to happen.
Alrighty then.
23.
All right. Dodge and escape of the guy dodge and escape of the guy you're about to hit now. He's getting No, you rolled a 13 on yourself. Let me do this first. Yeah, no, he knows you're there. He knows you're there. Another 10. All right, so he doesn't take any
don't
negatives.
worry. He won't be surprised by my presence, but he's going to be surprised by what I do. Jesus!
Beat you by 1 point.
Oh, god damn it.
He just as you pick up his buddy, and his buddy's going, "What the hell's going?" Flailing and shit. You toss him. You do that javelin throw kind of idea. Get him, His buddy goes, "Holy crap!" and ducks to one side just in time to get missed. His buddy misses him. But you missed him by 1 point, so I'm going to say this damage did go to the head of the guy you were throwing. So he goes head first into a steel cabinet, steel server rack, and let's see, 17, and falls limp. He goes down. He hits the ground and doesn't seem to be getting back up. And the other dude starts to raise his weapon to attack you. Do you want to try and take a second action this round? Or third action? This would be a third action, excuse me.
Jeez, what kind of gun is he using? Is he using quite a heavy rifle?
We actually, and I'll say for next time, we missed it. Yeah, that throw was actually your second action. You didn't take the penalty for a second action, but I'm not worried about that at this point.
All right.
Okay, because you didn't hit him anyway, so it's cool.
I,
But
I'm assuming I have my gun like slinged around me, so I'm just gonna get my gun ready while trying to.
okay.
Is there any place I can kind of take cover or make myself a smaller target?
Well, basically these are open aisles with server racks, and it's a maze of these server racks. Are all the racks themselves, the cabinets are all exactly the same width, but some of them are different depths, but they are all placed in perfect rows. But there's intermittent gaps. Sometimes you can go. Sometimes there'll be one or two in a gap. Sometimes there'll be 15 of them without a gap.
I'm gonna get my gun ready then, and just back up a bit so I'm not at like point blank with him.
Okay. And this guy, you asked about what he's carrying. It is the same heavy, medium to heavy. No, this would be very heavy. Very heavy rifle, but with the blue, the front, the barrel, into the barrel is a bright blue. And you're doing that. Give me a moment. We're going to go back. We're going to continue around. Ace, roll an awareness notice, and I'm just going to give you a quick thing, and we're going to continue to go around for everybody to get a chance to play. But you do get an awareness. You yelled at Vasily. Well, yes, you heard this. You yelled at Vasily. You heard him respond. You heard his response. And then you hear some scuffling and a crash. Something went hard into one of these racks. That's what you heard.
I'm going to go check it out.
Okay. So you can do, and you rolled a 10 in your awareness. As you start heading, I'm just going to tell you where you're headed, and then I'm going to keep going around since you got some time a moment ago, and then we'll be back in a regular order. You rolled a 33. As you start going into the going deeper into the data center, so the first several, you didn't hear the description. The first several rows, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of systems are all perfect, immaculate, all the same flat black cabinets, all look the same, all have these perfect smoke glass fronts, lots of blinky lights and stuff. Very impressive looking, especially if you don't have a high-tech skill or know anything about computers. It looks very impressive. Once you get past those first few rows, it becomes more sporadic, different color cabinets, different size cabinets. The front is definitely for appearances, and then you get into the real data center. As you get into it, there's a lot of security roaming around in here, and if you don't want to get noticed, you're going to have to roll stealth. And we're going to go around. But if you want to go ahead and roll it, but we're going to move. I'm going to go to the next person. Stringer, did you find a tech you would like to call? Oh, that's going to be fun when we come back around. Oh, that was your explosion. Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry, Stringer. Go ahead.
I've only got the one tech in my contact, so.
Okay. A coil was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's out of town now, so.
One point higher. 15 was all it was going to make it. Wasn't going to make it too difficult for you, but 14. So, all right. So, how do you want to handle it? Sorry, I didn't. If you were saying something there, I didn't hear it.
Well, I can either go to what's it, Edge Runners?
Edge Runners Inc. is among straight. You're gonna know about it. It's a fairly well known. Go ahead. Sorry.
What I will try first.
Okay.
Is one of my contacts from the Life Path is a fixer, but he's the guy who does the cars, Jacker.
Right.
He's probably got someone who deals with the electronic security in the cars they jack.
Okay.
Someone who knows electronics and tech.
That seems reasonable. That is a reasonable thought.
So I'll call him first.
All right. It rings a few times, and with everything going on, yes. Okay. With everything going on, anybody could have problems or be tied up. After a few rings, takes 3, 4, 5 rings, and he answers, "Stringer, you're still alive. That's good to hear. How's it going?
Not too bad. I'm having this thing for connecting to a satellite uplink. Yeah. You got any techies you can think of that could help me out?
He says, yeah, actually, probably. My guy that specializes in, I've got a guy that what he does is when we get a car that has stays in contact with the owner or any of that stuff, and we need to disable it. I got somebody that can help with that. What the hell was his name? Let me see. Sorry, I'm looking through my contacts. I don't have to use him very often. Usually I've got somebody that does electronic security. Usually he handles it, but when I need a specialist, dang it. Pluto. Pluto, really? Yeah, that's him. I had to look at the notes. Crazy ass name, but yeah, that's his name. That's what happens when you look around a room and that's what you see and decide to use for a name.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, the text name is goes by Pluto. He just to warn you, if you see him in person, he's got some canine looking, canine but cartoonish modifications. So just so you know. Anyway, he's a great tech though, communication specialist. I'll send you his info.
Thanks.
No problem. Now let me know if you find any more AVs. And he hangs up. Yeah, so you get the contact information and for this guy. You can give him a call or a text or whatever.
Call.
What's that? I missed it.
A call.
You're going to give him a call. Okay.
Yeah.
He will answer, and you hear a little bit of a... his speech is not quite normal, is what I'm going to say. A little bit of an accent, sort of, to it. Hello?
Is that Pluto?
Yes? What can I
Hi,
do for you?
Springer here. Jack gave
I
me your
can't do
number.
it.
Yeah.
Great. Great. What can I do for you?
I've just got this new kit for uploading a film to a satellite link, and I just can't get the damn thing to work. Can you give me a hand?
Probably. Give me a second. I'm going to make a roll here. I recognize your voice. What's your name? I think I recognize. I'm pretty sure. And before you get it to answering, he says, "Is this Stringer?"
Yep.
I thought I recognized your voice. I've seen your stuff. Yeah. Send me. Yeah, I can give you a hint. No problem. Send me your location. I'll come give you a hint.
Yeah, I'm fixing the address.
Might take a little bit to get there. You know, there's a little bit of stuff going on the street.
Yeah, that's it.
And he hangs up. He's like, he didn't even ask you how much you were willing to pay or give you an amount. So, I'll give you some numbers on that here in a moment. But he is headed to come get some CU. He will arrive in a bit over an hour.
Yeah.
And we'll come back around. Okay? Actually, let me say this. He will get there. He knows who you are. He will help you work on your stuff. We'll do some rolls for him when he gets there. Okay? He's got yellow orangish skin and a bit of a snout like a dog. Basically, he kind of sort of resembles that old cartoon character, but not really. It's kind of weird. But anyway, all right.
He runs with the mongrels.
If you mention the mongrels while you're talking to him, he
Yeah.
will react like a scared puppy.
Ah.
And
they
he
don't
will
like someone
he
who
like stops
looks
what
like
he's
he does.
working on and backs away from you, and he's like, "What about the mongrels?" You know.
So you don't run with them then?
No. He's yeah, he gets that. Let me see. You can do a humor. Actually, if you want, we'll do this real quick for you. Then we're gonna. I want to keep going around. I apologize. Everybody's now doing something different almost, so I'm trying to make sure to keep it with everybody going. But you can do a human perception on him if you want. 20 is enough. You would guess that he has some kind of behavioral chip, not like takes over everything, but in certain circumstances, he's got that mannerisms of a canine, and he is most definitely, at least when you start talking about the mongrels, it's obvious that he considers himself much lower on the chain, not alpha, not beta, somewhere down below, you know.
Yeah.
And he had that canine reaction when there's another animal that they know is much higher up than they are around. Yeah, he say he will say, yeah, we don't. I don't do anything with mongrels. I don't. No. Don't work with mongrels. Are there mongrel? Are they coming around?
Nope.
Okay. And it takes him a minute. He's like looking around and stuff, and it takes him a minute or two before he gets back to work. So he is working on your stuff, and we'll roll for him in a minute. So it's taking you like 4 hours or something like that at this point, trying to get this shit set up to work.
Yeah.
Impulse, do you want to do do you want to play out anything at this point, or do you want to say Mirage is still napping?
I don't think I'll be doing anything. So
Okay,
no.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying. You know,
No, it's
eventually
cool.
everybody will get back together. Eventually, I'm sure. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, let's see, Monsieur Rat, Sewer Rat, Vasily. You have thrown the dude. The dude hit hard and stopped moving. Another dude is raising his weapon. Did you decide if you were going to try to take another action this round before he can take a shot at you?
As a side note, when I lobbed his friend into a wall, I would have liked a jump cut to the coffin dance meme, but so I was preparing my gun because obviously I required two hands to throw that guy. So
right, yes, it would have. Okay, so you want to draw your weapon, so to speak, and be ready for the next round, or did you want to try to fire this round?
yeah, I was going to draw my weapon and back up a bit, so he's not going to be shooting at me from point blank range.
Okay, very good. Then it is this same round, so his turn. He will fire at you.
I would assume no less.
Yep. And so you're going to roll your dodge and escape.
For a bullet? No, I don't think I can dodge bullets.
I
don't think I can dodge bullets.
Well, no, they're all it's opposed rolls. You get a dodge and escape versus his trying to hit you. That's the way I've been doing this whole game. As opposed to going against a DC like the book says. Okay, he hits you. He hits you with this round, and actually, before I say, I'm just curious. Impulse, what you said you thought you knew what this gun, what the bright blue was. What would you say it is?
Non-lethal.
Yes, it is a
They wanna
non-lethal.
take you alive.
That's correct. Well, it could also have something to do with them being in the middle of their data center.
Hold on, they want me live now? Why?
Well,
Are you trying to
they may-
experiment on me, find out what makes me tick?
consider that it may or may not be you wanting you alive per se. It may be wanting to not destroy their computers in the middle of their data center.
Ah.
Okay?
I have
These
no
racks
such
are not
urgency.
bulletproof. The racks are definitely not bulletproof. So, you do get hit. It's like somebody tapped you on the shoulder, so to speak, when they hit you. It does not matter what area they hit you in. Actually, it does for potentially it does for armor, actually. So we will go ahead and roll that. I believe that's chest.
Yeah, I think it's torso.
Yeah, torso. So yeah, hits you square in the chest. What your armor doesn't matter. Actually, it didn't matter where. It only mattered as far as if it hits you in the head. Basically, you get to roll a save. Do you have? Let's do it. RT&D. Do you have a resist torture and drugs?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we're gonna roll that. And this is a high D. I say a high DC. It's relative. It's a 20. Okay. So you failed your RT&D. Now you get to roll a save.
A save.
Like now you've failed to resist torture and drugs.
A save with my body type.
You have a very high save, I know. Yes. It's if you're not in mortals, it's virtually impossible for you to miss a save.
He would need to
No.
be he would need to roll a 17 on a D10.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's impossible for me to fail. I'm just an unstoppable machine here. Well, I'm going to put the gun away, and I think it's wrestling time for all of these guys.
So-
So now I know they can't hurt me.
So you get hit by this. You feel a tingling, an electrical charge run through your, centered on that spot where you got hit, and you kind of go a little bit, like as if you got tased, except it doesn't seem to
technically.
affect. Unfortunately, okay, this is where the mechanics kind of fall.
Did he cut it for you as well?
Yeah, he did. Rip again.
So that means while we're in this data center, Vasily is literally unbeatable as long as they don't want to use lethal rounds.
Roll a
Yeah,
10.
pretty much.
That's terrifying.
Until they bring a martial arts master in who starts the floor.
That's a hard check for him to make. Maybe Vasily should try cage fighting. Funny and get his name out
Okay.
there.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Welcome back. I don't know what the hell. All right. So anyway, yes, basically they attempted to tase you, but by the mechanics, it didn't work. So the guy fired at you. It hit you square in the chest. It obviously it lit up a little bit. There was the definitely you feel it. There was some electricity hit you, but doesn't seem to be affecting you. Then we roll. Then whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Then the guy decides to charge at you. You get to
Terrible
roll
idea.
another. He just drops his weapon. He doesn't, and it's on a sling, so it kind of falls to the side. But he doesn't even try to take a second shot. He doesn't try to do anything else. He is doing a ram. So you roll your dodge and escape.
Oh, could I, instead of dodge and escape, just opt to like stand there like a brick wall and hope that it bounces
Oh, you
off
could
me?
do a block. You could do a block. I'd let you do a martial arts block.
Oh
if that's, you
god,
know.
I don't think wrestling has block.
No, probably not. But you can still do it. You
Oh.
just don't get a bonus to it. You know.
He got plus 20. What the hell? What is this thing?
He has a high martial arts skill.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Roll a 10. Roll a 10.
Holy crap! That's the way it works. See, this is why I do like to do opposed rolls on these things, because they're, you know, with that attack roll, a high martial arts and a high reflexes. If we just did this with regular DCs, it'd be impossible for you. You'd be hit. There's no other way it would happen. But we wouldn't have this fun if it wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So he is charging at you. He puts his shoulder down. He's like, looks like a bull charging. You know, hunkers down and is heading straight for you. And this guy is, by the way, I do have a max, but I want to make sure he's a minimum body. So let's see what it is. He is not a 14. I had a max 12 in my head, so he's a 12 body. He is a pretty big guy. But he's coming straight at you, and as he's just about to hit you, and you just kind of, it's like you're freaking ballet dancer or something. You just kind of step aside, down one to the side aisle there, and he goes right past you. And he kind of gets several feet past you, and he slows down, stops, and turns and looks at you, and gets into a fighting stance. And we can do initiative again. In Ace, it will be you and Vasily and the bad guys rolling initiative this time. And you guys roll your initiative, and we're going to do a quick comeback around. Stringer, I need to do basic tech for, if you guys will keep in mind where we are, that we're doing initiative. Stringer, we're going to do basic tech for the dude that's helping you out for Pluto. And you're going to want to, I would suggest you make note of this guy as a contact.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't put his, that's okay. I'll add it in a second. He is... Okay, yes, he has no problem taking care of it. He's like, as he's working on stuff, he's like, he basically unplugs as far as hooking this equipment up to do the stream to talk to the satellite, he undoes everything you did and starts over. Because, you know, he's going through it, and you can see him, he's not quite wanting to say it, but he's like, and he unplugs this, and then he unplugs something else, and after he's done that, a few of things, he just goes, okay. He just backs up. He just disconnects everything. Okay, we're starting over. And he's like, not necessarily that everything was wrong. It's just that it wasn't done quite right, and it's easier to start over sometimes. So, he goes through. He gets all plugged in. He works on this for... Let's see, how long does it take him? It takes him about 40 minutes of moving things around, changing things around, testing, doing some other stuff. And after that time, he has you all up and running.
Yep.
And you guys never did discuss money.
Nope.
And when he gets it all done, he says, so, it's all done, you are set. What do you think it was worth? Are you there, Stringer?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he gets it all done. He says, okay, you're up and running. you're ready to hit broadcast on your whenever you're ready. And he goes, so what do you think all this? What do you think my job was worth? What do you think my work here? What value do you place on it? He says.
Yeah, I'll take some cash, my wallet out, which I put money back in. I'll count out 500 and then ask him how much the cab cost.
He says, let's see if he's. I'm gonna give him a chance how he wants to answer that. Okay. He. Oh, there wasn't. He says there wasn't any cab at all. He says I have a place just a few blocks away. I walked.
Yep.
There was a chance he'd try to, get you, but he didn't. I'm sorry. If you're saying something, Stringer, I can't hear you.
Nope. I was
Okay.
just thinking.
Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. Ask me if he wants a beer while he's here.
He'll take one.
Yeah.
He does ask you for a glass, though.
Yep.
I'll
get him a glass. I do have those.
Okay. He will take it. He'll actually pour whatever kind of bottle or whatever it is. He'll pour it into the glass, or if you do, but he holds the glass up to his mouth and he starts lapping it up. He actually has a real thick, wide tongue like a canine would.
Yep.
And he doesn't. It is completely normal as far as he's concerned for him to do this.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what he's doing. Did you go ahead and give him the 500?
Yeah.
Okay. He will accept that. He's very appreciative. He's like, do you want me to hang out? Are you going to be starting this pretty soon? Do you want me to hang around in case there's any more trouble?
Yeah. I'll start now. I'll do the the logo thing that I did.
Right.
And then I'll go from that into the thing that I was actually doing tonight, which was my edited version of the firefight.
Right. Okay.
With
from the club.
Yeah.
From the,
then I'll follow.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. Then I'll follow that up with the edited version of the thing that went out live. The Arisaka MiliTech.
Oh,
fight.
from last night. Your perspective, whatever. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Then I'll sort out. More stuff.
I'm sorry, Stringer, that completely broke up on my end. What you were going to do after the Arisaka MiliTech fight from last night.
Yeah, I'm going to put together all the stuff that I've got.
Okay.
That I've built up that's connected to this, like the attack at the cowboy place. And that one, there's some of the stuff which the TV people edited out, such as me revealing the development plans and what have you. I'll make sure that is included in this version. And everything I've got that is in any way connected to the whole Robert
the whole thing. Okay. You start broadcasting. Yep. You start putting it out there. And he is effectively using a point of luck, which is a good thing because he rolled a 1. He's just keeping an eye on everything. He did. That's why I was saying it before I rolled it. He was effectively using a point of luck. He's just trying to observe and make sure you don't have any trouble getting everything as you actually start to use the system and so on. And so that it was a low DC and stuff. So he's fine. You're good. Everything's working. You are broadcasting. You don't have any way of knowing how many people are watching right now. But you are broadcasting.
Yeah, then I'm going to make those phone calls to let the gang leaders know that are going out live.
Okay.
Yeah, the more people you can spread the word to, the better it is. And then the place I've been putting stuff before, like bulletin boards and what have you. I'll put stuff up on there saying,
Doing the
now
social
streaming
media thing.
live 24/7. Yeah,
Okay.
Twitter and anything.
There, whatever. Right. As far as gang leaders go, most of them do not answer. You will get one way or another.
So,
Maybe
yeah.
not immediately. You will get a response that they're just tied up right now. They'll get back to you when they can. They acknowledge your new broadcast station and that they're, they'll do what they can to help you get it out there. But most of them are pretty tied up right now.
Yeah.
For
Then
good
the
reason.
next thing I want to do is I want something a bit like a Max Headroom head. Because I've put some, I've put up on Reloaded Players, I put up some things that sound like fake political ads.
Right.
It's like last year's CEO Paul Roberts purchased a sports utility vehicle.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a actual? Are you just recording yourself but modified, or are you wanting to actually do a AI?
I don't want to do an AI. I just want to do something.
Make it like old SAS interviews where you're just shrouded in shadow.
Yeah, or hang on. What about Anonymous, where they're wearing the Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta?
Yeah, it's cringy. Overdone.
Yeah, but I always thought there was something ironic in that. Is these Anonymous guys are supposed to be fighting against authoritarianism, but they're wearing a mask of someone who wanted to replace a limited monarch with an elected parliament with an absolute monarch who would not have had a parliament at all.
Put on a gimp mask.
Yeah, something stupid looking.
I mean, let's face it, a gimp mask is as anarchist as you were going to get.
Yeah.
Why stop at the mask?
Let's do the whole outfit. Do the whole outfit. The camera starts wide, and you're with you climbing out of the chest.
Yeah.
Put a condom on your head.
At some point it might start to affect your credibility.
Yeah. That sort of thing might, but doing something like a Richard Nixon mask might not.
Yeah, that might not so much, yeah.
Yeah. But those little things like the fake adverts, I want to put those on the bulletin boards and on Twitter or an equivalent of, if there is one. Because they're only silly little things, about 15 seconds long.
Okay. Yeah, you can work on that. You can work on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Rather than actually having them on the channel.
At some point, you may want to hire a net runner to do a net runner to do, posting stuff for you and getting it into places that you might not be able to access normally and stuff like that if you want to. I guess optimally would be an NPC that was a net runner media, dual role kind of a thing. But anyway, if you could find such a person. Okay, so you're doing that. You will spend. I mean, you can spend as much time on doing this kind of stuff as you want. I don't know if you know how it works. Social media and advertising, and especially trying to advertise a new product, getting word out and stuff. You can spend just as much time as you want to, plus a little bit, doing that kind of stuff. But you're working on that. Pluto will hang out with you for a little while, for a couple of unless you kick him out or unless something else happens. He'll hang out for 2 or 3 hours and just to make sure everything's working right for you. And eventually, he'll be like, looks like you're doing well. I'm gonna head out, kind of thing. Okay.
Thanks for that. I'll call you if I needed anything else.
Can't wait to hear from you. Thank you. And we will head out. There's that. To go around, Mirage, anything else you want to do at this point? Okay. Sorry, it's been a slow game session for you.
That's no worries.
You know, 12. Let me think where we are here. 10. Okay, so we got some. Yeah. Okay, back around. Ace, or Ace and Sewer Rat. So where'd you guys roll on initiative? I haven't rolled initiative for bad guys yet. I will do that now.
My initiative is 24.
Initiative. Vasily is first, then bad guys, and then Ace. Okay. Vasily,
Well,
what you want to do, buddy?
so that first guy that tried to ram me, his martial arts bonus is 20.
That's reflexes, martial arts skill, and his ram bonus altogether.
Yeah. So, because I don't really want to mess around with that, I think I'm just going to shoot him in the leg with the auto.
So he may have come a little bit too close to hitting you on that one, huh? Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking plus 20. If he's got a bonus to ram, which not many martial arts have. So, I'm thinking like, in a martial arts battle, we're a little too even for my liking.
You don't like things to be that close, huh?
It's much easier to fight someone who only has one leg, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Alright.
You're now targeting my masculinity, saying, "Oh, you don't want the fight to be even. You don't want a fair." So you're kind of hitting me where it hurts here, Punk Master.
What? Are you a challenge? Are you concerned about it being a challenge?
Fine. I will go unarmed. I will kill this man.
Alright, so you're going to take a shot at him.
I know I'm going unarmed.
Oh, you are going to go unarmed. I'm sorry, I missed something there.
You challenged me there. You were saying I don't like get challenged.
It just sounded like you weren't wanting a challenge. That's what it sounded like.
Well, I'm going to go for the grapple.
Okay.
Hold on, what's the martial arts bonus for grapple with wrestling? Plus 4?
I don't know. I will look.
Sweet.
I got it. I do have the table right here, actually, though. Wrestling.
I should really have this.
Grapple. Yeah, you really should. It's a plus 4, yes.
Okay.
Oh, you guys not shite. Can you hear me? You guys hear me? Okay.
I can hear it.
Oh, okay. Okay. That was from earlier. Oh, that message from
Bad
earlier.
roll.
Got it. Okay.
Bad
Sorry.
roll. Oh, that's a really bad roll.
All right. So you rolled a 2. That's not going to be very good for you. You are trying to grapple with him. Let's see. Let me double check his bonus for that. For Dom, what's he gonna? Oh shoot! I just closed the. Sorry, one moment. Of course, it doesn't have that up. Just gonna do that. Keep it simple. Yes, you missed the grapple.
Jesus. Can I have another attempt at it?
-3.
Minus
You
3,
sure
so
can.
that's plus 1. Ah, right.
See, I said that was his bonus, his martial arts, and his reflexes, and his ram bonus. I didn't say actually what his ram bonus was. And I'll just tell you now, he has a martial arts of 10 and a reflexes of 10.
Okay.
So,
So,
oh, you trying to grapple again?
sure?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm going to have another attempt to grab one.
There you go. Okay, very good. Dodge.
My god, he rolled the same damn thing.
He rolled exactly the same thing. Yep.
Disengage, back up with a rifle, I'm shooting them.
Okay, so you want to, is that for next round, or you want to take a -6? And you actually, you don't, okay, technically, you don't have your weapon in hand, because obviously you were trying to martial arts attack, grapple. So,
I'm assuming I have it on like a sling or something around my body.
you can have it on a sling, you can have it pretty accessible. That would be your third action. So you'd be at least a -6. Yeah, we'll just call it a -6. You had it on a sling, we'll say it's accessible enough. I won't make you take an action to, you know, make it ready.
Okay, so wouldn't that be minus? Yeah, -6. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to make an attempt at shooting them. Because why not? We'll see how it.
Yep, we'll see what happens.
Rolled 19.
Okay, so he's got to roll a dodge and escape, and you did not hit him. And
This man is insane.
I need to just do a basic roll here for him. Okay, that's high enough. He does it. He will. He jumps. As part of his dodge, he jumps up. Now these racks, some of them are shorter. Some are only around 3 to 4 foot tall. Most of them are at least between 6 and 7 foot tall, and then occasionally there's ones taller than that. We hadn't mentioned it before. The ceilings in here are like 15 about 15 foot high. Very high ceilings, but there's a lot of exposed mechanical up there too. He jumps up on top of one of the taller, he jumps up like one of the 7-foot-ish racks. He jumps up on top of it. He jumps up there, and then when he lands, he's crouched. He looks like shit. I'm blanking on the damn character. Sorry, the X-Men character that has the tail and can teleport. Nightcrawler. When he crouches down, he kind of looks like like Nightcrawler crouched down. His legs are bent in a slightly unnatural fashion. Go ahead.
As one last action, would I be able to kick the thing that he's crouched on to see if I can kind of kick it out from underneath him?
-6, -9. You can try it.
And would that just be a kick?
It'd be a -9. It's not a moving object. It's relatively big, so I don't think it should be even a 15. I think it'd be relatively easy to kick it. I mean, it can't dodge you or anything. It's a -9, but it's only a DC 10 to hit, so yeah, you should be able to do that. And then you can do damage and see how that goes.
So will I just roll it as a wrestling, since I'm just gonna kick it as if
just roll it as a it as a kick. Yeah.
-9. I don't even think that's enough to actually make it possible for me to miss it.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. Yep. No, you can. Yeah, you do hit it. Kick damage.
Which should be
die 6 in your
plus
modifier.
8.
Alright, so let's see, is this one, some of these are anchored and some are not. Some of them
My
slide
main goal
easily
here
and
is to
some
kick
don't.
it from underneath him or destabilize it so he might fall off. My main goal here.
This one doesn't seem to, you definitely do some damage to the side of it when you to the point you have impact. It does not, the base doesn't seem to slide over like the one you tried to move earlier just slid really easily. This one does not slide easily. And we'll give him an athletics. Yeah, we'll give him an athletics check, see if he falls off. I'm sorry, Mirage. Impulse.
I'm making wrestling jokes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't understand what you were saying at all there. It was doing that robotic noise thing.
Probably
We
because
made
my
an
internet.
off-the-top joke.
Yeah, I was making a from the top rope joke.
What was your... He made it right. Okay. I'm basically doing athletics and just to pick something against your attack roll to see if he fell off. And it was a tie and defender wins, so he didn't fall off. And you know what? Because it's cool, as you kick it and he doesn't quite fall off, but you do see from the 3, 4 claws come out, not claws, poke out through his boots and dig into the top of the rack of the academy.
Like Robocop's angles.
Exactly, yeah. That kind of thing.
Stop.
Exactly that kind of thing, but where those were, you know, more anchors, these are more animal-looking claws, but they have the same effect.
I should have kept that microwave gun that that soldier was using. See if I could fry this guy.
Pretty much. You had the opportunity. So you're gonna try it. Try what, like a 5th action or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think I'm done the first time.
Okay. So that was you. He was actually, now it's his turn.
No, it shouldn't be Ace's turn.
Oh, was that? I thought, wasn't he just dodging you? Let me go back to initiative rolls. Go back to initiative. Sorry, what was that?
Oh yeah. He tried to ram me and then I attempted to wrestle him twice, attempted to shoot him. Yeah, that's all. I was on my initiative, so it's his turn now.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, his turn. He is gonna jump at you. This is going to be rolled effectively as, we're going to call it a ram, but he is, from his high position, going to come down on you or try to, which is going to give, from the high position, going to give him a little bit of a bonus. You get to roll your dodge and escape, regular dodge and escape, or you can try to martial arts block or whatever you want to do.
I think martial arts block is my best bet.
Okay, you're gonna be a wall. Go for it.
See if I can just catch him.
Well, it's not.
Oh, if
I was about to say you really couldn't. I don't think you can because it's not your turn now, technically.
Yeah.
But in any case, you rolled a 1. So he just leaps from his position, and his legs it's like springs uncoiling as he comes off the rack. He's coming off the rack that the top of the rack actually bends over some as he leaves it. You are trying to get set up. You're gonna, like, you were gonna try to, you know, I could just see it. Tell me if I'm wrong. That you're gonna try to catch him and then throw him. You're still trying to get set up as he hits you. As he comes at you, Wolvers pop from both hands.
Shit. Their armor piercing gun.
Yeah.
If I get a hold of this motherfucker, I'm gonna grab his Wolver and try and shove it down his arm.
Let me think. Wolvers are 3d6. Is that right, guys?
I believe 3d6.
And it's both hands coming at you. Both, you know, coming down on you. Okay. Anyway, what is your armor? Oh, I didn't roll location. I'm just gonna do one location because it was one attack.
I hate to break it to you, but she's not a dude.
No. True. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I don't think this makes sense. I don't know. A leg. You rolled. You know what? You rolled a. I don't think that's gonna work. What's that? I'm sorry, Vasily. You broke up.
Yep. A 10's a leg.
Yeah, and considering the rolls, I'm gonna roll that again. I don't think. No, really.
Chest.
That's chest. That makes more
Chest.
sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, what's your armor in your chest?
39.
39. What? I'm sorry, that completely broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
I was given some top layer armor. I believe it was Arasaka armor or something like that.
You find your. Yeah, you are breaking up bad.
It was
no,
from
leaving rejoin.
It was when it was unmarked. There was nothing unmarked in Vasily's side.
Shit. I'm sorry, guys.
I think I was.
Yeah, go ahead. Facility, try again. Impulse, I didn't hear what you said either. It's breaking up.
25 armor that covers my torso.
Oh,
I see
yeah,
that.
no, that was from. You remember he went to the 3D printing shop.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep, that's right. You did.
And it's layered on top of skin weave.
And you put it on top of skin weave.
Yep.
Okay.
This may actually hurt him quite a bit because he's committing all of his weight to this.
Yep. So, let me see. Let me flip back. I'm flipping here. I got pages and pages of stuff. I'm sorry, going between screens. Okay.
His
so
Wilver's bend.
you got a 14. Here we go. So you got 14 skin weave. You got 25, but it is armor piercing.
Yep.
And what they didn't tell you, actually, I'm going to give you a 50-50 chance of that being against bladed weapons being good. You want high or low?
We'll say low.
Because we haven't. This is a custom armor, so we're going to say to your benefit is low. It will be normal armor effect. If I roll a 6 or higher, then it has a quarter effect against blades.
If.
Well, it's the dice. So there you go. So a quarter instead of half, it's quartered. So 6. But you do have, and what, half from your skin weave is half against armor piercing?
I believe so.
I believe so. That's why I believe that's correct. So 6 and 7.
I'm going to
you
sue
saw
the
13.
armor.
You're gonna sue?
I'm going to sue the armor.
It's just a weakness. It's just a weakness of the material. What was damage here? So 13. So the first one, his one hand, as it punches, it pierce the armor, and it digs into your skin weave. It does not go far enough to do damage, but.
Hang on. As this is a martial arts attack, doesn't he add his martial arts skill to the damage?
Wolver's not martial arts.
Wolvers aren't martial arts. Yeah.
They're not.
Those are weapons.
Unfortunately, I wanted AP, but yeah, technically, I'd probably be pushing it too much to say Wolvers were a martial arts weapon. The next guy, however, may come at you with 2 katanas. We'll see. A pair of monoblades. But anyway, no. So the first one gets through your armor, does not get through your skin weave. The second one gets through both. So your armor has been damaged and is reduced by 1. Your top layer is reduced by 1 because you got through that in your chest. And the second attack gets through your skin weave. And this is not bludgeoning, so you do get your BTM. But it's a minimum 1. So you will take a point. Minimum 1 point.
Oh no, the first scratch Vasily's got in this entire campaign.
It actually hurt you. And I will be right back. Excuse me just a moment.
Goddamn Wolvers.
They're going to march attack.
Yeah, Wolves are no joke.
I'll tell you what is no joke. Wrestling. Throws are no joke. What's that? Armor piercing? I think you mean ignore armor. What is this armor you speak of?
Look, I'm just glad that you guys are fighting this guy and it wasn't me fighting this guy, because, yeah. I wouldn't win against this guy.
What if I just grab him and just be like, yeah, you hold still, Ace, shoot him.
About to.
No, I mean, like, what if I held him still while you shot him?
Just watch Ace roll in that one.
Ends up shooting me.
Exactly.
What if he shoots me, his bullet bounces off my armor and hits the guy anyway?
I'm not shooting with a shotgun drug, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Don't worry, Vasily will be fine. Why did this have to happen? Why did this have to happen when I was making jokes about Vasily starting cage fighting, and then suddenly he meets the one guy who's resistant to his martial arts?
Well, what did I say just before Funk Generator got back?
Okay. Sorry guys, I'm back. Sorry,
I
work
literally
call.
said this was going to happen, Vasily.
Did you predict a martial arts person would come after him?
Yeah, I did. Like, everyone who's in this chat can vouch for me. Like, I literally said, you know what, Surat? Problem's gonna be when some like martial arts master comes in and starts throwing you about.
Well,
and we laughed, and then it happened.
I don't think he could throw me. I think I would be too difficult to throw.
yeah, throwing him might be difficult. This guy's a 12, even at a 12 body, and he's obviously got cyber legs, and a lot of and Wolvers.
The thing about wrestling, Bo, is if he was to try and grapple me, I have +4 to escape.
Okay.
But the thing is, with him trying to throw you, with combat working the way it does in Cyberpunk, where one person has all their actions, then another person has theirs, yeah, it would appear difficult. But if you're actually in a fight, when you throw someone, you generally use their strength and their weight against them, in which case he's fucked.
Not really.
Backwards, upside down.
Not really. Like, if you're fighting someone who's clumsy and untrained, yeah, sure. But if you're fighting someone who is an experienced wrestler, they know how to distribute their weight, they know how to have a very strong balance and a very strong core.
Yeah, but then that means they can't use their body weight to advantage when they strike.
It would almost be a
You have
net.
to put your body weight behind a strike in order to take advantage of your body weight. You can stand there with your body perfectly still and slap like a couple of 10-year-old girls.
Well, I mean, wrestlers tend to have very good uppercuts, though, and if you watch mixed martial arts, because they constantly keep their knees bent, so when they throw an uppercut, they spring up with the strength of their legs.
Putting their body mass behind the blow, which is what you've just described.
But they still have a strong core and a strong base that they can rely on. They can very quickly throw their hips out and sprawl on a takedown if that happens.
Okay, fine.
But we're playing Cyberpunk. And we're using Cyberpunk mechanics, except for where I've modified them. So, if I could, you guys can continue that conversation after the game. Okay. As you wish, if you wish. Just to move on, okay? So you took a point. And Vasily, you can react as you wish, but yes, you do not actually get injured like that very often. So, it is, let's see, he took his, 1, 2.
So it's Ace's turn now, I think.
Yes, it is. He has had that. Well, unless he was going to try to take another action against you. He is at that point. He came down on your chest. He is actually going to try and take one more attack on you. Those claws on
delightful.
his feet. He kind of came down on your chest, and the wolvers dug into you. He's going to try to take one. He's going to at least one more. I'm going to roll this for 1 foot. He's got those claws extended on his feet, so let's do that.
Is it basically trying
He's
to throw a
gonna-
kick?
He is going to basically throw a kick. He gets a bonus to kicks. He takes a negative for his action, which is going to work out to the same bonus he's been getting. Net 0. So, how do you want? Do you want to do regular dodge and escape, or do you want to try to do something? I'm not sure what else. I guess you could. Go ahead.
If he's throwing essentially a kick at me,
Mm-hmm.
I would essentially want to block it by essentially like blocking his shin.
Right. Yeah, he basically came down on you, again, Nightcrawler looking style, but you are so big you didn't like fall over or anything, but he came down right on your chest, and this is all happening within 3.2 seconds. He came down, dug into you with the wolvers on his hands, and now 1 foot. He's trying to come down with 1 foot claws into you also. We'll see where,
Back.
but okay. And
So I roll wrestling to try and block that.
you can roll a regular dodge and escape, or you can roll your block if you want to do it that way. It's up to you.
Okay, blocking would be better for me.
Okay, that's fine. And he's taking a negative, but he gets a kick bonus, so he comes out with a net
God damn it!
0. And by 1 point, he got you. And this is a cyber attack. This is piercing. This is AP again. This is a cyber leg. So cyber leg. This is piercing. Yeah, let's just keep it relatively simple. We're gonna roll it like as if he had wolvers on his feet. Sorry, guy. Just do that. See what he gets this time. Okay, so this time again. Oh, I got to roll location, and this is going to be torso or lower. I didn't roll location. Torso or lower only. So torso or leg. Which
Just a leg.
Makes sense. Leg makes sense this time. So right leg gets through your top armor, so that's reduced by 1. Does not get through your skin weave, but again, minimum 1 point. So you take another point. No,
Oh,
doesn't.
great.
Excuse me.
Chip
No,
damage.
that's not true. It didn't get through your skin weave, so no, you don't take them. Excuse me. No, you don't. My fault. If it
Okay.
got through your skin weave and got to the point of potentially being reduced by BTM, then it would be a minimum. Played as a minimum 1 point, but it didn't get that far. So at 12 points, 1 more point of damage. But anyway, all right. So you don't take another point, just the one from before. He digs his claw from 1 foot into you, and he's going to try the other foot. That's a -6, but effectively, so net -3. But he's going to try the other foot.
Right, well,
So
I'm going to go for a wrestling block again.
Okay. Oh damn!
I could
Yeah,
have used that earlier.
you could have used that before. Yes, this time you're able to knock his foot aside, and he misses with that attack, and he pulls off of you and to one side and lands to one side. So he's not gonna end the round, with hands and claw in your chest and stuff. He does disengage, so to speak, as far as that goes, and is now crouched again, like he was crouched on top of the rack. He's now crouched in front of you. He's still within that melee range, but it's basically he's using an animal style kung fu kind of thing. Ace's turn. What's that? Sorry, what was that? So that's what you're doing, huh?
Yeah.
Ace just going straight in with the shotgun. I like it.
Okay. Well, he can't do a block or a martial arts dodge or anything on a shotgun.
Shouldn't I be in the way for us because it's like a narrow little hallway and he like flipped out in front of
It
me?
is. Let me see. You're at a T intersection between these cabinets. You're doing this attack in one section. It depends on which direction Ace was approaching from. So, Ace, we're gonna play it this way. Either it's a random, you come up that you approach from behind Vasily, or behind the attacker, or from the empty third position, or you can pick, but it's next round before you take an action.
Random.
Random. Okay. So
High low.
you got. Well, we got 3 options though. Yeah. Still, do you want the top of the die roll or the bottom of the die roll? Sure. Yes.
I'll take the top.
The top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'll give you the benefit of 7, 8, 9, 10. So you end up coming up behind Vasily. So
Okay.
if you do go ahead and fire that shotgun, you will be trying to shoot through Vasily with that kind of a weapon. You're going to hit him.
Well, actually, no, because he's firing with a slug.
Oh, he's firing a slug.
Yeah. I'm firing
Yeah.
slug.
So not a. So we treat it.
So there's no spread.
Yeah, so no spread. If you're just using a slug, oh, it's ETE, slug damage, penetrating armor. No, okay. Okay, no, you can do that then. As long. Go ahead. Sorry.
Bang.
Bang. Right. Okay. So his. Did I already? No, I didn't roll his dodge yet. It's gonna be. Regular dodge and escape for this guy. You did hit him. 25 damage. So he has.
He has all the armor. He is armor himself.
Well, no, he has a battle, not Gibson, but he has a armored uniform, clothing and stuff, and he has a high skin weave.
Which is all halved because it's
Which is all half because it's penetrating, right? So. Sorry, one moment. Thinking it through.
I'm going to kill this man. How dare he be the first
Oh,
person to
did
ever
you get
harm me in this game?
Location was chest. 8.
Chest is easy armor.
5. What did I? Wait a minute. 8, 9. 6 gets through. Minus 5 is 1 point. 1 point gets past BTM. He takes 1 point.
And I'll look at my shotgun kind of funny and going, huh, it's supposed to do more damage
So-
than that.
Yes. Basically, and if you guys want to roll an awareness notice to determine this, he has wearing a heavy armored clothing uniform, and he is a very high skin weave. Doesn't take as long as if you wanted to roll it, as long as you didn't roll a 1, you'd see obviously he has the skin weave is one of those effects attractiveness, and you could be able to see it. But nobody checked what kind of armor you guys were wearing or anything. Ace, you are wondering if you put the wrong rounds in your shotgun, or if they were defective, or something.
Well, it's got a rate of fire of 2. I can try again.
Okay, minus 3. You're gonna, yeah, there it goes. Okay. Okay, let's make sure he doesn't roll. Holy crap, he rolled a 1 as well. That's hilarious. Defender still, it's.
Oh,
Let's see,
Hold on,
so-
you're trying to use a night stick. What the hell?
What's that?
He's trying to use a night stick. I'm in front of him. He picked the wrong thing.
I rolled the wrong thing. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that.
That's better.
Oh, come on. Okay, no, I meant on the damage side, but actually, he did roll a 1 on his dodge. So you did hit him. Damn. Oh, this is gonna hurt. You hit him in the leg.
His legs are cybernetic, bro. You'll be pretty resistant
Yes, they
to
are.
this.
His legs are cybernetic. He. Let me think. He has his armor clothing. You hit him in the leg. It is almost as if there's no reaction when you hit him. Because he has a heavy armor and he has armored legs. I forget what the thing from the book is, but he has the higher SDP on his legs.
Well, Vasily, it looks like you're gonna get your chance.
It didn't get through. It doesn't do any damage. It hit him. It was a solid hit, but yeah, there you go. So it's going to be initiative for you guys again. Now, also though, actually, it should be initiative. Yeah, it'll just be initiative for you guys. We're going to come back around.
Oh, that's a bad roll for me.
Stringer, we're going to go back around, then we'll come back to you guys. Stringer, you are broadcasting. At this point, other than what you've already said, you're broadcasting, you're monitoring your broadcast, stuff like that. You're doing social media, you're trying to promote it, trying to get more viewership. Anything else at this point?
No, I'd say that's pretty much it.
That's what you're doing. Okay. And coming around Impulse, same stuff. Anything different for you? Okay.
No, I'm tired and sleeping.
Okay. No problem. All right. So we come back to initiative for these guys. So
I rolled a 17, which is terrible for me.
what did I roll for these guys before?
Let's get a better, like, fail his roll. Oh, please get a bad roll.
Okay.
For love of God.
I've lost my point of what I rolled, what I used for bonus for these guys, but we're just going to do this one.
He's probably got ridiculously high reflex.
I will say the last thing you guys saw, as at the end of the last round, he did kind of shudder a little bit and kind of puff up, and as if he was becoming more determined in what he was doing. If that all that makes any sense. Okay, so 15,
What the
17.
hell? Is that his initiative bonus?
That's 10 in combat sense, and he just injected himself, used an auto injector. Yeah. However, he's going to burn up fast at this point. That was his initiative. He's first in any case. But what happens here is, guys, how many? Let's see how many. Because remember, there were a lot of other security personnel that were closing in on Vasily's position. And yes, you moved and other stuff happened. There are 6 other security personnel that are now coming into view of you guys, into sight, into range. Line of sight, that's the term.
Firstly, I would think once they detect actual gunfire in the data center, that they're going to start sending everyone.
Well, there were a lot more security moving around the data center than, you know, you got the awareness checks earlier. You guys did not spot it. There were a lot more security coming through the data center, making their way to you guys. Also, though, there's another thing I've got to roll for. See if it happens. Give me a moment. It's blocked. They try again. It's blocked. They try again. Okay. Vasily, and of course, I don't know if you guys want to take an action to look at your phones, but Vasily and both of you, and Ace, both of you will get alerts on your phones. You're both getting a text message. You're each getting a text message. So it's up to you in a moment on your turns if you want to look. Yeah. Also on this round, so at the beginning, also that stuff happened. That was net-based stuff. At the beginning of this round, there will be also, in addition to the regular alarms that have been going off in the building, okay, there are, the alarm has been going off, but inside the data center, you guys will have seen in your other looking around, there are periodically these red, like the old rollers on cop cars, the old revolving red lights. There are those periodically throughout the data center. Top of the round, those lights all come on inside the data center, and the lights change from the regular lighting that's in the room to a red glow or red tinged light. In other words, the lighting changes significantly in the room. It's still perfectly illuminated. You can still see everything. Of course, the colors are a bit off because of the color, but lighting changes and those rollers start happening. Okay? And this guy attacks you again, Vasily.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah. And he now has another bonus because of his drug that he's on.
Junkie.
And he is coming at you. He was going to jump at you, just like he did but he's not getting the extra from being from the high position, but he is jumping at you again, just like he did before. And over
I know
one
exactly
hand,
what I would do if I was MiliTech security right now, but I shan't tell you.
oh, I know what's about to happen, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm saying I know
no.
exactly what I would do.
There's a system inside data centers, most all data centers, that's about to go off. That MiliTech has decided that it's worth setting that off, and maybe losing some regular security personnel. And for that matter, there's a big hole in the door, so maybe even some other staff outside the data center, because it's no longer a sealed space. But anyway, how do you want to do a martial arts block thing again, or do you want to do dodge?
Martial arts block. It's unlikely it'll do anything. Because that's that's ridiculous high.
He's on a form of lace again now. Or now, not again, but he's on a form of lace now. 23. So you miss it. So 3d6. Oh, area. Sorry, area. Where does he hit you? He could hit you anywhere at this point.
Leg, those ones.
There's a leg. That's your right leg. See if you can penetrate your armor, though. So he gets, again, right leg. The armor is reduced by 1. The top layer, he gets through that. Does not penetrate your skin weave. So that's it.
I don't want this man to survive this encounter.
He's taking another action. He is attacking with his other hand. Wolver's on the other hand. Damn. Wow. So, block again, I assume?
May as well. I'm needing to jump between combat and skills all the goddamn time, which is quite annoying.
Sorry. Yep. Okay, so he hits you again. Area. Shit, I didn't roll area again. 6. So this time, the other hand hit the left arm. And 6. What it was 25, 12 and a half, so 12, so 6. So he does. So you are so he gets right on the edge of getting through. Your armor is reduced by 1 again in that spot, but doesn't even hit your skin weave. That one, and actually, I rolled that wrong, I think. Yes, that was his second attack. That should have been a -3, 25. He still would have hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still would have hit you. Okay. But he is going to go ahead and do the foot also. So that's a -6. Well, damn straight. He is now on a combat drug. So even if he might have done something else before, it's very,
he's not getting out of this encounter alive. I'm letting you know that right now.
-4, 16. So now he's at a plus 16. And you block.
I've got pretty good odds of blocking that.
Now there's a decent chance. This is 1 foot.
Once I find my goddamn wrestling again.
Making you switch back and forth. Uh-oh. Oh, is that
I-
a...
why
Oh,
does it
that was your
crumble?
explosion. That's your exploding die. So you rolled a natural 10. You blocked him. You knocked that foot aside. And that's a natural 10. So I'm going to give a chance of something dramatic. Let's see. If he rolls really low. He did not. So, no, you just did it. You very successfully blocked him. He is going to try the other foot. He is interested in hurting you. So that's a 13. There's a really good chance you'll block this one. Oh, yeah, he rolled a 1. Go ahead and roll yours just because. Okay. And so... Okay, and... Okay, so he, on that 4th attack, it's his other foot. He tried again. He tried to bring that other foot up to kick you with the claws out. And he actually misjudged where he was in the space between the racks. And he gouges and puts a big march through the rack and completely misses you. Sparks, power surge stuff, the lights in that cabinet, the equipment that's in that cabinet he hit, all goes out. That whole cabinet goes down. And that's it for his turn. However, again, there are 6 other security that are approaching you guys. They don't know any better. They start shooting at you with the taser bullets.
And I don't even do it. Delightful.
Which is not going to hurt you. Might hurt Ace. Half of them are going to shoot at you. Half of them are going to shoot at Ace. There's no way they can affect you, Vasily. You get hit with one of them, but again, doesn't affect you. Ace, you have 3 dodge and escapes against bullets.
This ninja turtle with his wolvers, he's not getting out of here alive. I'm promising you that. Like, he ain't surviving.
And these guys are okay, you get hit once. For sure that was a natural 10. 24, which beats your 20. What's that? And 21. So you get hit twice.
Not 3 times a lady.
Nope, not 3 times a lady this time. So armor and stuff doesn't matter. Only if it's a headshot. Does that part matter? Which it's not. So you roll 2 saves. Stun saves. Or no, I'm sorry. I gave him 2 RT&D first. You have a chance of RT&D first. Or roll resist torture and drugs twice. Basically, I'm using your. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm using RT&D as a. Does the taser get through whatever armor and stuff you're wearing to actually be able to potentially affect you? You know.
Okay.
Because I believe you're wearing some pretty decent armor too, aren't you? I guess I should have asked that first. Heavy armor, I mean.
I don't think RT&D should be for like something like that. Like seeing if it even takes effect on you.
Technically, it shouldn't be. Technically, it's a taser round. Just you don't get that roll. But I'm trying to give you guys that extra chance to not pass out. However, both of them get through. So you roll a save, and if you fail it, you are unconscious. And if you make it, you roll another one to see if you go unconscious. What's that? What was that, Stringer?
Well, you won't pass out from a taser. You'll lay on the floor twitching and be
you're
unable to
stunned.
do anything while they
You're stunned.
start cutting bits off you.
Yeah, you're affected. I say that's true. You're not unconscious per se, but you are stunned and unable to act.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is how Ace responds to this, Tails.
Yes, that's the first one. So, yes, Mr. Ace, you are. If you've ever seen somebody get tased, you are going and fall into the floor and cannot take an action. Is your shotgun on a sling?
No.
Okay, so you drop your shotgun. Aren't you glad you came after a facility to rescue him?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What makes you think the facility is doing?
Okay, so that is the end of their turn. No, and that's the end of their turn. Ace, no, who was first? I'm sorry, guys. Was it Facility?
Facility.
I rolled a 17, you
Facility.
rolled a 15.
Okay, Facility, it's going to be your turn. I don't know. Are you guys
So,
doing anything else, or should I continue combat with these guys? Sharing your impulse. Do you guys want to do anything else, or should I try to finish this combat?
No, I'm finding
Okay,
this all
okay.
highly amusing.
I'm going to be doing the same thing for most of the night.
Okay, man. All right, very good. Thank you, guys.
So,
So to continue in combat, then, yeah, Facility.
so Wolverine here, how close is he? Is he in point blank range? Is he in like melee range?
He's in melee range. He's in, less than a meter, give or take.
I'm gonna draw my gun, and I did say this man isn't getting out of here alive.
You're gonna bring up the autocannon?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you are. All
Enough of
right.
this shenanigans.
Yeah.
There goes the data center.
There goes the data center. So
Well, hey, at least
Yeah,
it'll be a lot harder for them to find the one that you planted the thing in, because loads of them are now going to be broken.
let's do this. Yes, and considering everything that's happening, let's do this. Either Facility, would you like a 10 to be in your favor or a 1 to be in your favor? And you're going to roll a die 10.
1.
Okay, 1 is in your favor. So, if you roll a die 10, then you will have destroyed one of the racks that you plugged the electronics into.
Okay. What if I was to roll like somewhere in between?
Then you don't. You destroy other racks. Racks are computers and servers and equipment's going to get destroyed. It's just there's that slim chance that you end up hitting one of the two that you install things in. Okay, so other stuff gets destroyed, and 4 other racks around where you guys are working, 4 of them get just holes in them. 2 of them are ones that it's actually 2 and 2. The round hits one, tears the hell out of it, hits the one behind it across the aisle and behind it. This happens to 4 racks total, get just lots and lots of damage. Not necessarily all the equipment in a given rack is destroyed, but a significant amount of damage to the equipment. And so there are sparks, and as far as this part of what happens, okay, no flames. No flames from those 4 racks. But, yeah, lots of damage. Now, as far as Dude, I'm not even going to try to roll to each one of them. That's enough damage that it just doesn't freaking matter. I will... How many... Yeah, I'm just going to call that, is it's enough damage and it's enough rounds.
And it's in
you're
a narrow
such a
hallway.
Right, you're in such a small space. Do this. Do a die 10. Don't roll a 1. There's always a chance you'll fumble, that you'll shoot in completely the wrong direction or do something stupid. You didn't. Okay. Got it. That's got to have that chance. So you didn't do that. Yes, you tear. He gets hit with 1 round. Starts to roll backwards. He gets hit with another round. I'm just going to call this as, just because that's a lot of rounds and a lot. Oh, he only get hit with 1 round. It's still enough. It doesn't matter. But you killed him. You succeeded. Well, let me rephrase. He has a large hole in him, and he doesn't seem to be moving. The claws on one of the feet continue to twitch and move in and out and stuff like that. But other than that, he's down. He's not moving.
That was the intention.
That was the intention.
No,
You succeeded. You have succeeded in your intended. Yeah.
I'm going to kind of hoist my gun off to my side since it's on a sling. I'm going to pick up Ace and decide to bolt.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that. What I rolled earlier and the way they were coming at you, you actually have a path to the door that you won't directly run into one. They are coming at you from there are other doors, other ways of accessing this place. They had sent 2 teams to come at you guys from the where you came in. That wasn't being effective, so they sent teams in from the other doors. Is basically what happened. Okay.
The guy I just killed, like, for Spec Ops dude or something.
Yes. Well, they are all more heavily armored. They all have a good martial arts, but the guys that came up on you didn't see the the initial reaction of that taser on the first time on you, or there would have been more martial arts attacks on you. Let me see. So that happened. You are not. It takes more than a round for you to, especially carrying Ace. It's going to take, even though you're big and you don't have any trouble carrying him per se, but
could I roll an athletic to make it good?
Okay, it is going to be a die 3 rounds to get out. If you can roll your athletics, and that can reduce it by a round.
Okay. So I'll roll my athletics to see how good I am at this.
That was very good. Oh, that didn't work. We're going to call it takes a full round then, because that's a really good athletics roll. So it takes you a full round, and then at the beginning of the following round, you'll actually be exiting the data center. But you got a full round of traveling to get there. However, the beginning of the round, after you picked him up and started to run, a gas starts filling the data center very quickly.
That's exactly what I would have done.
And as the gas is filling it, there is an announcement that comes over. Halon system initiated. Halon release. All personnel put on your it'll go into a person. If you don't have independent air supply, you should pick up a mask at one of the various stations around the facility immediately. And you are going to have to do an RT&D again.
Okay, I'm going to put a point of luck into this.
And I should ask, you don't have nasal filters or any of that kind of stuff, do you?
No, I don't have anything like that.
Okay. Do you have anything that would add to give you a bonus to your sense of smell?
No.
Okay, so you're good. I'm sorry. Go ahead and you do that. You're gonna do.
I have extremely big lungs. Would that help me hold my breath?
You can do you're going to do an art. Basically, you've got your restoration drugs. If you make it, then yeah, that's what you're doing. Is you're trying to hold your breath to get out of here.
Okay. I'm going to put 1 point of luck in this just to be safe.
Gotcha. You're keeping track of how much luck you used. I assume. That is not 20. Was your target? So you did not make it. Ace, you also need to roll. It was just torture and drugs. And actually, I know. You're still. You have a bonus? You have an olfactory boost or something, don't you?
Double check.
Okay.
No, I don't. I have boost.
You don't.
Verify.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you ended up getting it or not. And do you have nasal filters or anything like that? I'm sorry.
I don't.
You don't. Okay. Okay. So yeah, regular RT&D 20. Oh, that's not good.
I'm also stunned still.
You are stunned, but you're still breathing.
Yes.
And halon is a really bad gas for people. It does fill the data. Okay, so let's see.
You both failed your RT&Ds. By the end of that round that you're traveling, the gas will have filled the entire data center. There are people coughing and choking all over the place in here, including the two of you. With your fumble, you get to roll another save, I'm going to say. Yeah, save? No, you failed it. It doesn't matter. You fumbled. No, you don't get another save. Let me think how to handle this now, guys. We'll just do it this way. Roll low. You each take directly no armor, no BTM. You both take 4 points of damage. This is to your lungs for inhaling a halon gas. And since it is just taking full effect of the whole place as you're reaching the door and getting out of here, it's going to start spreading the hallway, but as long as you guys keep moving, you might be able to stay ahead of it. Yeah. And
The Sully's fast, so I think we could.
You've got a good movement. Okay. Ace, you are unconscious. Let me see. You're unconscious. You fumbled, though. I'm trying to think if you should take anything. Yeah, with the fumble. Whoops, shit. Sorry.
You should definitely take 2 aspirins and call me in the morning.
That's right.
We're a little beyond that.
Ace, you are... Oh, damn it. There we go. Okay, that was good for you. You take an additional point from your fumble.
Okay.
You fumbled and you rolled a 1 on your fumble roll, which is bad. So you got an additional die 6 of damage, but only a 1. So that's good. That's not bad for you. Not terrible. And you guys are trying to escape. You reach the doors. You are getting out the doors at the end of that next round. That gas is starting to make it hard to see, but you're exiting. The gas,
We were
the
planning
doors.
on going back to the APC.
What's that?
We were planning on going back to the APC because that was left
Okay.
behind with Sky.
Okay. You're getting through there. It's a big opening, so this gas is very quickly filling the hallways. Let's see. They'd sent the 2, they had grenades went off, there was some time in between. Frag grenades were pretty effective, though. They were right on target. And Vasily, at this point, I assume you are just booking, trying to get out of here. You're not...
Yeah.
Not sightseeing or trying to do anything else at this point, right?
Oh no, I was thinking of stopping in at one of the offices, having a conversation with one of the workers, seeing what was happening in their day-to-day life.
If you recall, you did have a side mission here.
Fuck the side mission, I don't want to die.
Okay. Well, I will just advise you, that was a side mission from the corporation to which you are in debt. So, there's going to be potentially repercussions.
I'd like to prioritize my life.
I understand. Oh, I understand the situation. I'm just making sure you're aware, of the situation. Okay. We're gonna give you. Let's see. Let's try stealth. 1, 2.
Stealth? Jeez.
Well, I'm trying to think of some way to determine. I mean, I could just do rolls and see if, if you get held up or you run into anything. But I was trying to give you a chance to affect those rolls, if that makes sense.
Movement allowance, I'm just trying to book it past them as quickly as possible.
I gotcha. Well, there's still going to be 3 rolls, so...
I ain't sticking around.
3. You're just moving it, you don't care. I'm going to say you make it up to the truck. Now, as you come out, it's been some time since Mirage made it. Of course, you don't know about this part, but Mirage made it to the truck and then left. And you have messages on your phones, but of course you've been too busy to check them. As you come out, there are a number of other MiliTech vehicles that are now in the garage area, and troops are starting to get out of them as you come out the door into the garage. So, you're just going to book... You're just heading for the APC, right? That's still your goal?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are going to have to make a regular dodge and escape. You're just going to make it one roll for you to get to the APC without getting hit. Because these troops aren't completely set up yet.
Can I use Ace like a shield? It's not like he can resist right now. He's out.
I would appreciate it if you didn't.
Oh, that's great. But yes, you sure can. You can use him as cover. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can use him as cover.
I'm not going to. I'm making a clean dash. Quick as I can.
All right. Just do one dodge and escape for me, no modifiers. Well, unless, other than, I don't remember how many points you've taken of damage, if that affects it. A 13.
Yeah, that's already, that effect's already added though, because I've updated it in the damage mirror.
Okay. You are going to get hit once on the way to the truck. We're just gonna, this is just, you get hit in the leg, right leg, and what's your armor on your right leg?
37 total, 25 on top, 23 on top, sorry, because the top
because it's been damaged. Okay. And again, this is going to be a 23. There's still 6 and 13. You're still going to take, like, even if we said AP is 13 off of. I'm sorry, what was the total? What's your total on that leg?
The total is 37.
37, okay. 37, 36 is 18. 3 points, but your BTM is going to cover that. So you still take a minimum 1 point. Because it's going to get into. That is damaging. That is into your skin weave. That got through your skin weave. It is your BTM that reduced it. So that's why you take a minimum 1 point.
Is that 2 points of armor damage because it goes through the top layer and the skin weave?
It's a point to the top layer and it's a point to your skin weave. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if it gets through, whatever layer it gets through is reduced by 1.
Right.
Okay. And you make it to the truck. You get in, and Sky, all the stuff that's been happening, I need to roll and see if Sky is still, because there's been a lot of net things going on. Okay. Okay. I just realized what time it was, guys. I got about a minute. I'm gonna have to run. I've got to head to that. I've got that job at a hospital. It's about an hour away. I've got to head to. I'm sorry. I completely lost track of time. We got into this stuff, and I lost track of what time it was. Anyway, shit. All right. Did Sky? Let's see how Sky is doing. Okay, Sky did not. Sky is conscious. Sky is driving. Sky is trying to get you guys out of there. There are a number of vehicles that have blocked your way. Sky is going to try and get you guys out of there, but there are vehicles in the way. Somebody's going to have... It's like up to you guys what you want to do. She can try... Or she. Sky. They. Androgynous character, I gotta remember that, is trying to maneuver.
You know that the word they has been used as a pronoun for a singular person of male or female gender since Shakespeare used it.
This is true. But we haven't gotten into that side of this character, of the NPC yet, so in any case, I'm just trying to be, consistent. I'm trying to be consistent.
Yeah. I have a pet peeve about people who I hear bitching about the use of they as a pronoun.
Oh no, it's not. It is. I've been trying to be consistent and not call Sky by a particular him, her, she, him or her, she or he. That's all.
Just remember the phrase: if you acknowledge my gender again, I will fuck you in the ass.
Yes, that's right. I love that show. I really hope they continue it. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. Anyway. Space Force.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. Sky is trying to maneuver around things. She makes it around one barrier. There is a line of trucks coming up. And we're going to have to wait till next game to see if she makes it through. Damn it. We'll have to wait till next time to see if Sky makes it through, or if you guys want to take an action, and, well, I guess Ace can't. And Vasily's the only one there. So, Vasily, we'll see next week if you want to try and take an action to assist your escape from the MiliTech parking garage. At least you made it out of the building.
What, did you expect us to die there?
I didn't know. It was all up to the dice how it went. I mean, there was a lot of things that you guys could run into. There was actually some much worse things that you guys could have run into, but you didn't. There were Borgs. There were Borgs.
A Borgs would have been easy to deal with.
With your autocannon, maybe.
Not with Panzerfaust.
With wrestling, yeah.
Depends on how the dice went. Could you see Vasily wrestling a dragoon with Panzerfaust? I could see that.
I think you'd enjoy it.
I think it'd be interesting. But you guys didn't run into it. So yes, we'll see next week how that goes if you can make it out. The first barrier was a 10, and so Sky had no problems avoiding the first one.
So,
but there's actually 3 barriers to getting out of here.
So what if with what we did run into, did you expect us to survive and get out of there with what we ran into?
I expected I expected there was a decent chance that you would survive. But there was most definitely a chance that somebody would get killed too. That a character would die. It's MiliTech.
It's not Vasily. Too early.
Well, that's why there was the guy you ran into, and there was actually more than one of similarly equipped NPC guards.
And I had to auto-fire him with an autocannon to kill him.
Yes. There was more than one of those, but the way the rolls went, they didn't make it. If they another round of them coming in on you before the Halon went off and you decided to run, there would have been 2 more of similarly equipped guards. You made the right choice. Yes.
I thought as much.
Yeah. There were 3 that were equipped. The 3 of those type equipped guys. There were other martial arts. There were other types of weapons, but it only made sense to me that MiliTech would not send heavy firearms into their data center. You know, they would send heavy with things, but not firearms per se. They really didn't want their.
What they didn't count on,
you know,
what they didn't count on was Vasily going, "I've had enough of wrestling."
They did not count on somebody carrying having a handheld autocannon. Right? No, that they didn't. But anyway, I've got to run, guys. I'm sorry. I actually should have quit like at least 20 minutes ago, and I've got to get on the road. So,
Thanks a lot.
thank you, guys. Next week you should be able to get back together, assuming that you want to, that it works out that way. And you'll get to see the results of the briefcase. We'll see the results of the briefcase being placed and the other electronic devices next week as well.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Anyway, I got to run. Thank you guys. Appreciate you playing. Everybody that watched.
Next week.
Thank you, everybody. See you guys next week. Bye.
All right.
I briefly considered leaving Ace for a moment.